First time I listened to House of the Inventor was in Breckenridge.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I always listen to Spotify or YouTube. I've never clicked the playlist.
How dare you?
no.
So
Yeah. I will say
Hell,
when
Your
we're
little world over there.
when we're in tense battle, I used to hop on and type in like epic battle music because then you get into the mood.
Well, yeah, I mean, battle music is a bit different.
What tends to happen for me is that after like an hour and a half of it playing by itself, it assumes that I'm not there, and I don't notice it's not there. And then
Well,
someone
the
will be like,
pause is
"Oh my
free.
god, my music perfectly matches," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I haven't had music for like 2 hours."
Get your music going, catch a vibe.
Craig, when did he get here?
Ugh, I
Hi.
noticed.
Our favorite Craig Molt.
You guys out here. Chad still hates Craig, huh?
He doesn't even
Yeah.
go here.
Comes here every.
Just who?
He does not. Never seen him in any class. He's never in any games.
It's a forgery. It's not even real.
Literally here every Sunday, Chad.
Craig is Skybot. Skynet.
Skynet. All right. So previously, in our last session, our party of former students would be searching Strixhaven for Quint. Brett and Marius finding his dorm completely empty, while Gale and Kellen would take to the study group, and they would talk to Marius's former group of Crud and company, deciding to bring in all of their allies to this search. With our party and their allies sort of fully caught up on the scenario, Brett and Kellen would head out to purchase some. I think, or was it Brett and Marius? It was Brett and Marius that went and got
Yeah.
spell scrolls.
Yeah.
And again, once all the allies were sort of caught up to speed and spell scrolls were picked up, our party and their friends would spread out across Strixhaven to locate Quint, or at least find something strange going on around the campus. As the collective 15 of them, our party and their allies, would scavenge across the school in search of their friend, Aelity would return back to the cave hideout, using her abilities to communicate with 2 out of the 3 auric corpses, gaining a little bit of information, but finally needing to have a quick rest before questioning that final corpse, the final corpse being Murgaxer the Grung. But thanks to the efforts of the party, particularly Gale and Brett, our group would free Quint, just as Kellen and Marius would be essentially sizing up a group of 2 Auric members and 3 Lavender Knights, located deep in the Sedgemoor bogs on the far outskirts of the Witherbloom campus.
I actually kind of forgot about that.
Nom 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 nom.
Our session today, picking up only moments after our previous session, seeing Gale, Brett, Quint, Crud, and company all scattering from the Silverquill campus. Aelity still in the midst of her rest before using more spells, and the pair of Marius and Kellen resting just a little bit of a ways off from the Sedgemoor Bog encampment. I think it's probably best we
Still
go ahead
invisible, right?
Oops.
Yeah, because you saw some of them dart off.
I
but
don't
not
think
everyone,
you guys
I
are
believe
invisible.
I think it fell off.
Just ended, I think.
Okay.
Because I think you were going to go in the river or something.
Onto the river.
Mm-hmm. I say we go ahead and we pick up right with our duo of
Balls.
Marius and Kellen.
Ah,
So, to set our scene a bit, Kellen, you would still be in that cold, murky bog water. With Marius, a little bit further back, hiding behind a fairly large tree. Kellen, that sort of hunk of land that these Auric and Lavender Knights are on, it's about 40 feet or so away from where you currently are in the water. Marius, from your hiding point, a bit further back, the position of these huts and chaos users would be about 80 feet or so from your hiding spot. So I went ahead and I shifted our map. I don't know if everyone can see, but at least Kellen and Marius should be able to see the Sedgemoor Bog encampment with those 2 huts that have been recently repaired, sort of worked up, at least from the last time you saw the bog.
And so we kind of saw some people leave. We know that Elle has been practicing and looks exhausted. And we see the Goliath, Elle, and a few Lavender Knights here. We've communicated that the shacks and the sheds and stuff have been repaired. They look like they're being used for something. And Marius and I are essentially talking to each other at this point through the sending stones and being like, this is an opportunity. Do we take it?
And the pair of you also, again, hearing over that sending stone, you would know that Quint has been rescued at this point, knowing Gale, Crud, and company are all scattered far from the scene, at least as of right now. Both of you, again, also knowing Agus Colazzo, Professor Tidemall, and Laverith Estim, all 3 ran off from this encampment just shortly after Brett first entered that back sort of teacher's office of Professor Tidemall's.
Oh yeah, so we assumed that he set up a trap of some sort.
That was kind of the vibe you guys picked up, because it was basically like over the stone you heard that like, oh, Brett made it into the classroom, he's heading to the back entrance, and maybe like a minute later you heard figures like just running like unnaturally fast away from the scene. And then when you came back to investigate, you saw 3 figures gone.
I mean, this seems like another good opportunity. I don't know what you're thinking, Marius, but if we can get a really good jump on the Goliath, I think we can take him.
I think it's worth it. Maybe see what's in those sheds. Maybe destroy their potions.
Yeah, this may be where they're setting up their or move their operation, right? So worth checking out at the very least. I've got to get in a little bit closer though. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but I've got to try to position myself in a better spot. Gonna go around the tree stump. I think that should be fine. Try to get a jump on it from there. Let's pop up from out of the water.
Gotta window my bits. Oh god. I feel so weird killing Elle. Oh,
You don't have to. You can leave that to me. I'll take care of that bit.
Marius will kill whoever. I'm just saying. I feel weird killing.
And she seems exhausted, so she's probably the least of our worries, I would think. But I don't know. She'd kill Quint too. So.
She did have a mage hunter with her, or a mage slayer with her when that happened.
Can I move to here? In the spot?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Fuck. Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, you can guidance yourself on this particular stealth check. You're not under any particular pressure at this particular moment.
Okay. Well. How does a 7 sound?
Oh
Oh.
boy.
As you're trekking over to this other tree,
Oh god, we're dead. We're all dead.
how does Marius get noticed as he's moving over to this tree?
No.
What does he do to alert the nearby chaos users that someone is nearby?
Oh god. We're all dead.
Maybe it's the classic you step on a twig.
Well, it's a swamp. I was thinking it like sinks into like mid shin, and then he like tries to
Oh,
yank it
right.
out, and it like goes like, and he's like, oh.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Oh god. Maybe he was just keeping an eye on them and just totally hit a rock or like a little root sticking up, and then he kind of does that like stumble almost fall, and it was just loud.
Mm-hmm. You do that stutter step to sort of catch yourself, not falling on your face or anything, but enough to make noise.
And there's just one of those, like, you look over in their direction and they're looking in mine.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
In that split second, as you know, you do that stutter step, catching yourself looking back over at the encampment. All of their heads turned in your direction. What would Marius do in that split second? Only moments to react.
So I know for sure they saw me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no like, oh, what's something in there? Okay, then just gonna attack.
Just going to attack.
No.
What?
I thought
Oh,
Go, just leave.
leave.
Live your life,
Yeah.
Marius.
Why leave? Isn't this the plan? Don't you want to kill them?
I was waiting for
I'm
Marius'
not
stand-up
there.
comedy to shine through. Hey, let me say
You
something
do you,
funny,
boo-boo.
guys.
Yeah, I'm not
'cause
there.
you're-
I'm not saying
you-
shit.
You wouldn't have your surprise on it.
Yeah, I don't get I don't get my surprise attacks, so
Yeah, shit.
I mean, I guess I'm still hidden technically. They have not seen me, but I don't know if this counts for me as losing surprise. I would assume so.
So I think he relies on them being surprised. Ooh. Well, this is awkward.
And so I don't like.
You just want to report.
I think that would be the best plan, but I mean, you have split seconds to react, so go with what your gut would be as Marius. Like, what would Marius do in this moment?
Misty
You know I'm
step.
here.
Just Misty step by the tree.
Hope they didn't see you.
Well, it's kind of like why need cover.
Oh, you're
They
going
haven't
backwards.
seen
Okay,
Kev,
okay.
yeah.
For some reason, I thought forwards.
No. So it's just like he looks over, they look over, and Misty step right back behind this tree.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just
Give me a. Ooh. Either one more stealth or a deception check.
Isn't your deception wild?
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus.
7.
It's pretty damn good.
You have guidance still?
It's just a one-time pop.
Okay.
But from Kellen's POV, still in the water, you probably hear Marius, his like stutter step, and you look over at him, looking back at the Auric and the Lavender Knights. You wouldn't even be looking at Marius, but you would see all of them begin to look back and forth between each other, glancing back where Marius was. He is gone. And you would see that the orc would be just as confused. The Lavender Knights begin sort of moving around the space, begin collecting. One of the Lavender Knights shouting, "Did you see that? There was someone over there. Who the hells was that?" Kellen, what would you like to do in these split seconds?
I mean, Kellen would like to go further under the water to try to remain undetected. And he would like to try to like position himself on the backside under this tree, like maybe in the root system if he can, like out of visibility.
Give me a stealth check. Flat, but it is a slightly lower DC since you are in your preferred habitat in the water.
10.
A 10. Kellen, how do you draw the attention of the Auric members
Fuck.
as they are on alert and looking around the area for the figure they just saw?
I think that probably as he's moving into the tree systems and stuff, he like gets snagged because it's pretty tight and stuff, and maybe like some air bubbles come out from under the tree.
Uh-huh. And maybe as you free yourself and you're sort of repositioning, you can hear some muffled shouts from up above, not like directly above, but up above in that landmass. "Hey, what was that?" Marius, looking from your hiding spot, just a quick glance. You see them begin to move loosely towards that tree that Kellen was at, as they know something is over in that general direction. Both of you having this split second where you can kind of easily, in character, sort of communicate for at least 6-7 seconds before the Lavender Knights or the Auric do anything immediately.
I'm pretty sure they see. Do we want to abort, or do you want me do we want to attack?
Oh fuck, dude. I don't know. You make the call, but this is don't have the drop on him anymore, which is kind of what I was banking on.
Okay, just let this happen. I'll use a vortex warp, and I'll bring him next to me. And then as soon as he's next to me, I'd like to dimension door just 500 feet away.
Give me a perception check.
Is this someone I can see?
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check. Thankfully, he did not roll high on his stealth, so you just need to basically get a 10 or higher, and you'll see the loose area Kellen should be at.
Oh, God. Oh, 21.
Beautiful. You just barely happen to see, like, looking in that direction, Kellen kind of beginning to move back from the root system a little bit. See just the faintest, like, outline of what you think is his quiver, and you immediately just vortex warp him.
You look next to you. You look next to you. It's just his quiver.
Shit.
Oh fuck, dude, we need to get out of here. Yeah, I think we need to get out of here.
I grab him and then dimension door.
Just 500 feet further. Yeah, I'm guessing just like back from where you came from, loosely.
Yeah, kind of where we were watching from further back.
Easy enough. 500 feet closed in the blink of an eye as both of you get pulled through by Marius's arcane magic.
And then I guess we could ride on the carpet, like right above the tree line, and that way we can just beeline it.
Easy enough. As soon as you guys are in your new position, you pull out your flying carpet rouge as it unfurls itself, sort of flattening, hovering just like a foot or two above the ground, both of you hopping on before it would.
Or actually, be 60 feet. I'm good.
Yeah.
Unless we made more than 400.
Fast. Rouge is fast. The two of you begin your flight back towards Witherbloom campus proper. Anything
Spicy.
over the sending stone?
No. I mean, at this point, I probably wouldn't be thinking about sending anything, to be honest. I think I'd have that real, like, oh god, that was a close moment.
Yeah.
Because we already told them they split up. Guess just tell them we're on our way.
Fair.
After a little bit of time.
You guys begin your trek back towards campus. As our scene will shift as we go back to Silverquill campus. Brett, you're currently in the middle of still fleeing with Quint in your arms, unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You've just dimension doored the first time. This dimension door getting you well out of that, the building you were in, that facility, where all the, some kind of early first, second year classes are usually held in Silverquill. Dimension dooring out, finding yourself in the Witherbloom, in the Silverquill campus, sort of proper, maybe 50, 60 feet away from that actual building that you were just in. Probably loosely aimed for, some little bit of coverage, some like trees or bushes nearby, so you had a little bit of cover. In this brief moment, first dimension door used to at least get fully out of that environment after saving Quint. Probably letting that initial message go as soon as you make contact. Hey, Quint's free, I have him. Probably knowing or hearing, because I think Gale even said something, that Gale and Crud and the others, they are also scattering. They're fleeing the building.
Mm-hmm.
What would be Brett's next moves in these following moments after leaving the facility, messaging your friends, looking down at Quint still passed out in your arms? His shirt, again, kind of loosely opened up, almost like unbuttoned a couple times. You can still see what looks like this very fresh tattoo. Almost like dead center mass, fairly large, takes up most of the actual like chest area as far as like the upper chest, kind of like in between the pecs, if you will. I had a handout here. Where to go? Here it is. And it is a symbol of the Auric.
So I remember talking about potentially using 2-dimension doors, like one right after the other. But I also have a vague memory of maybe only having one spell slot left. So do you happen to remember if I was able to do 2 or not? Like if that was what I ended up deciding?
I know I remember telling you to take the spell slot off to get out of there. So
Yeah.
as long as you took that off, you have one more spell slot.
Okay, because I have 0 and I just couldn't remember if I went ahead and spent both. Because I was like, oh, I can do 2.
Oh, okay.
So this is frustrating.
I think you had to use one of your level 5 spells in the fight.
Yeah, Dimension Doors are level 4.
I thought you had to use like big boy spells to like heal and to.
I did, because I used a 5th. I have 2 slots for 5th level, and I used one of them for a tippity top cure wounds, and then I used one to take them out. So that's both of those gone.
How many fourths do you have?
I have 3, and I use a Dimension Door to get in. And then my other spell for that is Greater Invisibility, which I don't think I used, but I could have used one of those to do like a 4th level cure wounds or something. Because I think I healed up twice during the fight.
Fair. It's fair.
So we'll just lean towards the cautionary choice, which is that I only had one Dimension Door available.
For sure.
Go ahead.
You'd probably like, while you're staring at that tattoo on him, hear over the sending stone, like, sorry, are we meeting somewhere? Do you guys want to be invisible? What are we doing?
It'd be great if at least Quint is invisible. Where are you? I'm and then he'd describe like his area of the courtyard. And also, while he's looking around to describe it, he would be checking to see if there's like anyone who seems alert to the fact that he's like standing there holding Quint and whatever, like any eyes on him.
Yeah. Give me a perception check in this moment as you're sort of in the midst of talking with Gale.
Oy.
13. Sort of hard to think. Multitasking right now is a little difficult, but no one seems to be looking at you. You picked a fairly strategic spot. You have a little bit of cover. I imagine you're almost like, leaned down like behind some like hedges essentially. So you have
Dude, that's so spooky. It's literally the vision in my head. Hedges, specifically hedges.
So like at least from like general passerbyers, you're good. If anyone walks too close, you will be pretty easily seen, but you're at least passively safe in this moment, you feel?
Okay, yeah. So he'll just kind of like hang out there for a moment while it seems like no one's onto them as he tries to coordinate with Gale. So how soon could Gale get here after he'd like described it?
I mean, pretty quick after you sort of hear the locale, Gale. You have 4 people currently with you included. You're walking around with 5 people. So you guys could all make your way there. You could scatter. You could bring 1 or 2 of them with you. Kind of your call. You're sort of been like, the de facto leader of the little band you picked out to go do your search with.
Yeah. We don't have a sending stone with the other group at the central campus, right?
I do not believe so. I don't think anyone gave
No.
a sending stone to them.
I think I just put Mina in the book.
Yeah,
So we can
but yeah.
message them.
Very fair.
Right.
If they're all
Right.
together, like if you want to relay, but they see it.
Okay.
Well, Quint's gonna say that he wants to get, or Brett's gonna say he wants to get Quint up to Liliana like as soon as possible.
I think as soon as, because I probably with my new glasses, I probably see them a bit early before I like actually get to them.
Mhm.
Where I wanted to post my glasses. Oh, there they are. So then as soon as I see them, I'd have at least two of them like kind of stay back a bit from where I see them and just make sure nobody comes near us.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna start like not exactly outright running, but very quick walking in that direction. And then I sort of like do a little, my little tempestuous winds to like whoosh, whoosh, get behind the bush. And I'm just gonna maybe even freak out a little bit when I see Quint. Oh my god! And then just like slap both of you, give you invisibility.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Gale. Like he was fully expecting just Quint to get invisibility for some reason.
She's like, no, he's unconscious. Oh my god, you both need to be. Yeah, no.
Just miming carrying a body.
Yeah, he was good. Whatever. Whatever. He runs fast enough. Whatever.
Fair.
All right, you have an hour. I guess see you back at the cave. I'll
Yeah, see you
go
at the
get
cave.
the.
His voice
I'll
is
go get the
already
group.
a little distant.
He's like already 10, 15 feet away as soon as
Yeah.
he's invisible.
You thought those sounds were him getting up, but actually that he was already like 3 steps in.
And that is my last 3rd level spell, unless I decide to transfer some sorcery points. Okay, alright, she's gonna like wave over to the 2 that she had kind of standing off to the side, like, alright, come on guys, come on.
You, Crud and Geldan probably like coming back over with you as Melda and Anka, they both sort of like stood off to the side. These like full-blooded orcs just sort of like on guard as you make your way back over.
I swear to God, if anything happens to them.
She's just like weirdly heavy breathing, just like, okay, that was a lot. Brett they both looked really messed up. Okay. So I guess we're gonna, as she's like pulling out the sending stone, she's like, I guess we're gonna relay with the others, try and meet back up with everyone on Central Campus, and then get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Marius.
Crud would probably just start
English.
talking to you, like even if you are trying to reach out. He's not great with sending stones.
Mhm.
But Crud just sort of says, "Well, I mean, if you want, I mean, the four of us can go find these other friends. I don't know. You seemed awfully concerned with your friend and his friend. I mean, if you have somewhere to be, I mean, we're four fairly functional adults, I like to think."
He knows how to work a crowd.
Well, yeah. Are you guys wanting to come back to our little base camp, or are you wanting to just hang around here? I mean, I guess you guys are a bit inconspicuous.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of like loose figureheads around here, kind of big deals. Already building up a rep, amongst some circles. Yeah, how about you do your thing? We'll just go hang around, maybe Fire Jolt Cafe, get some coffee. Gildan, the elf, sort of like perking up. Coffee sounds enticing enough. I could definitely use a pick-me-up after all of this. It's been rather grim.
Yeah. We're trying to change that. Okay, I guess Marius will reach out to you.
Hey,
All
you're
right,
good.
good luck. Stay out of trouble.
You go take care of your friends. We're good. We're good. Thank you. So good to meet you, Gale.
He's already running off. Nice to meet you.
That's bad manners. My
Yeah,
character
what?
would never.
Crud always sees a conversation through.
So for Brett, being invisible with Quint for an hour, you said you're heading to the hideout, the cave?
Yeah.
Did you want to take the bridges, like heading to Central Campus and to Lorehold? Or did you want to take one of your like running routes in between the campus? Between Silverquill and Lorehold being, fairly straightforward. It's just like a stretch of that sort of arid terrain.
That is straightforward. So, like, if he feels confident carrying Quent, I mean, I think it's ultimately the best choice. It's shorter. It's they'll run into less people. So yeah, assuming there's no crazy terrain issues, which Brett would be aware of considering he knows these areas well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he'd just take the off-road path.
Give me a athletics check.
Okay.
As the running portion, the speed, it's never really been an issue, but it's just this extra weight of having Quint. He's not particularly heavy, but can be a little bit awkward. As you're running, you can feel his position sort of slipping. You have to slow down to reposition him back up like a baby.
Yeah, and he's like trying to be gentle, and he's also wearing all this decorative armor to like hide himself. So, yeah.
But with an 18 athletics, you begin to make the trek between Silverquill to Lorehold using that sort of middle terrain, and it's easy sailing so far. You think that if you keep this speed up with an 18, you should have just enough time to get to the cave, or maybe at least up the pathway to the cave. So you think your invisibility will at least get you through Lorehold campus, away from students and faculty.
Okay, good.
Nice. And for Gale, as you begin to head out, Gale, leaving Crud, Gildan, Anka, and Melda behind at Silverquill, where are you heading?
Central Campus. Try and regroup with the actual current students. I guess see if they're wanting to come to the cave or not. I guess in that run, that would be Gale reaching out to Marius to maybe message them for her, see where they're at.
It's probably at this time for Marius and for Kellen, where you guys just hopped on the flying carpet and have begun sailing through that sort of like loose, dense forest of the bog. As you would hear Gale's voice come in.
Marius! Marius!
Yeah, Gale, what's up?
Yeah, could you try to figure? I guess Brett's taking Quint back. Yeah, okay, bye. Nice meeting you.
What? Okay, nice to meet you, Gale.
No, sorry, that was to the look. Okay, Crud and them are staying on campus. I'm running back to Central Campus. Could you see where they're at? Are they wanting to come to the cave? Or do I just go back? I don't know.
Meeting everybody. So okay, so you're by yourself now?
Yes.
Okay, well we're on our way to Central Campus. Maybe we just meet up with you there. I mean, you can take the group to the cave if they want.
Yeah, but where are they?
I'll get back to you. Just start heading that way, and then I'll scribe in my book while we're flying to
Pull
message
out that
Mina.
tome. What are you scribbling down to her?
Hey, where are you guys at? Where you at?
A couple seconds later, you'd see sort of scribbled in your book, in handwriting that you may or may not be able to guess, but it is exactly like Mina's handwriting. And it would read, "Biblioplex. Why? We need to be somewhere else?" Question mark.
I'm gonna send Gale to find you if you can just stay there.
Sure. Sitting just outside the student store, the school store. Just me and everyone else.
Sounds good. Keep a low profile. We found Quint. Gale's talk to you soon. And I'll tell Gale where they're at. Gale, they're at the Biblioplex. And I told him about Quint. They'll probably have 1,000 questions. Just, yeah. Good luck.
Got it. She's just running across the bridge.
And our scene will shift one more time as we will go to the cave hideout, where we will see Aelity sitting,
Hello.
still having about 30 or so minutes left until your long rest is completed. Liliana, Vess, and Vors would be keeping a lookout right by the cave's entrance. So they're loosely out of your line of sight. There's not like a great entrance walkway into this small cave room. But kind of from where you're positioning, you can't really see them. You're just sort of like alone in the space. You have probably been kept up to date via the sending stone that you have, as it connects all of you. And so you have probably heard all of the updates that they've shared via sending stone. So you're fully in the loop as far as like what's going on. Brett coming here, Gale heading to the central campus, Marius and Kellen heading to the central campus. Like, so you have all the pieces. You have all the info. What would Aelity be doing as you're sort of here in the middle of this brief rest here in the cave? What would she be up to?
Let's think.
You just got done speaking with Dad.
Yeah, like 35 minutes ago, you were talking with
Okay.
your second dead person for the day.
Okay. So you
Smooth
said I
Tuesday.
was. So you said that I was a 30-minute rest, right? So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, you got about 30 minutes ish left, so you're just sort of essentially waiting to finish a short rest. I think I said long rest earlier, but you're waiting
Yeah.
to finish up your short rest, so that way you get your spell slots back.
Yeah.
Warlock.
I think I'd go. Yeah, I'd stand up wipe the tears from my eyes, and walk over to Liliana and hey, I actually have a question for you, Liliana.
Oh, of course, Aelity. Anything I could help with?
I don't know how well you've fully. I guess let me ask this: how well do you know our gods?
Huh. Um, Frankly, I'm not as familiar with them as I am perhaps some of the demons and devils.
Hmm,
I was drawn to them as a young girl, and I suppose I haven't quite corrected that course fully. An interesting thought, honestly. Um,
Mm.
why? Did you have a particular question about the gods?
Um, I guess more so. What do you know anything about the Raven Queen?
Ah, the Raven Queen, Matron of Feathers,
Mhm.
Mistress of Death, many
Yes.
titles. Um, there was one point in time some people called me a follower of the Raven Queen, since
Oh.
my path left many dead in my wake. Some assumed that I followed her teachings,
Oh
but
wow.
uh, no, never was too fond. Being compared to her honestly made me resent her a little bit.
Understandable.
I don't know. Looking back on it, I wasn't in a very good headspace, and I don't know very many people that could be in a headspace that are involved with death that much. I mean,
Interesting.
it's partially why I stopped delving into the necromantic arts for so long. I just think that over time it is wearing on the living, being around the dead, not being able to put things to bed, let them rest, I suppose.
Right. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I appreciate you giving me that bit of information. I think I'm gonna go find my friends now.
Excellent, excellent. I think Brett should be here, hopefully, semi soon. I'm not
Yeah.
exactly sure. He is fast.
We'll see if I
But
can meet up with him.
sure, right. Use the stone. I'm sure it would be easy enough to get in touch with him. Sounded like everyone else was going to the central campus,
Yeah.
perhaps, but
Yeah.
um, though I did have a thought. If you are, I guess, going to go find them, uh, perhaps you should take this. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know how incredibly useful it will be for me right now. I mean, no one from Ravnica, I believe, is looking for me at this particular moment, and I'm not exactly
Right.
sure if the Auric would be searching for me, but perhaps my amulet here may be best for Quintilius if he is in need of anti-scrying protection.
That was a gift.
Right.
What the?
Okay. Well, this will be much needed. I really appreciate it.
Exactly. And if he doesn't need it, then I'll happily take it back. But if he is in need of cloaking, then this may be incredibly valuable for us, at least in the short term.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so I'll take the amulet and walking through campus, I could just transform into a random student, correct? That I've
Yeah.
seen.
I mean,
Okay.
Aelidy's had the easiest time out of everyone because
Right.
everyone else is using like practical disguises and like different clothes to hide themselves. But
Yeah.
Aelidy just sort of like shifts her appearance and I think she lent out her belt of changing to Kellen, but she just sort of has like extra random clothes that she's picked up that she just sort of throws on.
Right. Yeah, no, so I'll do that and then transform into a random student and
You could also turn into your raven form if you so choose. You could
that
basically
is
do
true.
freely. You could just be a raven that flies like 40 feet or 60 feet or something like that.
That actually might be better. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll transform into a raven. And before I do that, I'll through the sending stone, I'll tell Brett, "Hey, I'm coming to you, just so you have support, and I have an amulet for Quintilius."
An amulet? Which one? What amulet?
It will protect him and from scrying, or is that what it is? Correct, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amulet of non-detection.
Yeah. So an amulet of non-detection.
Oh, that one we gave Liliana. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'll be good. I mean, I'm like halfway up this ridge, and then I just have to go. So I'm like, what, 5 minutes out?
Okay. I'm just gonna search
Oh,
the
I'm invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, how long does the invisibility last? Like,
It'll
does it
basically
actually get?
take you like 10 minutes away from the cave.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I didn't think it was quite all the way to the cave, but I felt like it was pretty close.
That gets you super close to the cave.
I think at that point I would just fly around and scout perimeters, make sure that Brett isn't being followed or tracked in some way, or if
Easy enough. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. As you sort of take up flight, and instead of going directly to him, you just sort of decide to sort of like sweep the area, keep a good perimeter, make sure no one's going to be in the general vicinity.
Alright. That's crazy.
A 12
I
perception
rolled a
check.
2.
That's wild.
It would probably be Brett. Brett, as soon as you sort of come out of your invisibility, you maybe have seen the raven sort of flying, and maybe you had the thought to catch his attention, but you just sort of continue on, and as soon as the invisibility fades, maybe you reach out with the sending stone. We've been sort of saying, Benny, that since you're attuned to the sending stone, when Aelity goes into raven form, she can hear everything that people are saying, but she can't reply.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So she just has to basically go back into like her normal form in order to like reply, but other than that, she can hear everything.
Okay.
But you probably hear Brett maybe call out as you fly down in your raven form. As Aelity in raven form would join up with Brett. Again, you guys are like at this point, like on the mountainside. Brett, you've passed by the Lorehold campus and that sort of exterior area, made your way to these sort of like outskirts, perimeters in this mountain range. Sort of heading up, finding, Aelity in raven form. The two of you sort of joining back together. What would be our vibe for the pair? About 10, maybe 15 minutes out from the cave at this point. You still got a little bit of time to travel, Brett.
And we're visible again, correct?
Yeah, you like just went visible.
Yeah. Does Elodie fly along in her raven form, or did she transform to chat for the walk?
She would transform to chat.
Okay. Yeah. Brett probably looks the worst you've ever seen him. Like his decorative little armor. Because like the idea is that he's wearing a full suit of armor to like disguise himself, but obviously I don't want to like affect his AC for something like that. So like the way I imagine it is that it's like almost crafted out of like, like when you bring a casserole container to like a potluck.
Yeah.
It's just like some flimsy fake metal that he's wearing as like a costume piece.
Yeah. So Brett is a little worse for wears right now.
Yeah, he's like beat the fuck up. Like he's healed himself back up, but he's still like below 30% health.
Aelity will touch Brett's shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you. What
Level-
does it look
level
like again?
5.
Let's hear your magic.
It would be a like dark, shadowy kind of wrap around your arm and then seep into your skin.
hmm
Ooh.
Is it a level 1 right there? Should I add 9?
Oh yeah, it's a primer. That's right. I
Mhm.
forgot that's your primer spell. Let's go.
Oh.
We are
Nice,
you.
dude. He probably like perks up a little bit, getting that energy.
Alright.
And maybe that kind of breaks him out of like, because I imagine he's like, especially with Elodie of all people, like I don't think Gale would let him get away with like brooding for a moment as they like stomp up the hill. But I kind of imagine like Elodie flying up as he's like walking, like he doesn't break stride as the invisibility breaks, and you just see him look like shit, and you transform and reach your arm out, and then he just kind of like straightens up a little bit, like you've given him some strength.
Yeah. So is Quinn just on your back? Or are you like full?
I imagine it's a princess carry, sorry,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
yeah,
thought.
he's like holding him in front of him
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
because my boy is strong and he's a good boyfriend.
When he's just passed out and just like full like dead weight in Brett's arms as he's walking.
He's pale and gaunt, and his
Mhm.
hair is dull. And there's this big, ugly. It was a tattoo, right? Not a brand.
Yeah, it looked like. I mean, you all would know. It looks very much like your spell brands did when they were healing, because it took
Mhm.
about
Oh,
2 or 3
wow.
days for them to heal.
No.
So,
Dang.
like, I feel like Brett is sort of like staring down at Quent's chest, like at that symbol, at that scar on his skin, and just like looking at it and looking through it, and just like stomping up the hill.
And Aelity would notice that, correct?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, with the
totally.
right positioning, you would at least see Brett's like focus on like Quint's chest, and then maybe you would just like reposition while walking just to get a better view of it. And yeah, you would see that there would be this recent, like easily within the past couple of hours, like spell brand tattoo still healing in the center of Quint's chest, and it looks just like the auric symbol. That
Oh, wow.
collection of interlocking circles.
So I think after seeing that, Aelity would pull out the amulet and put it around Quintilius's neck and kind of look at Brett. May I? Insinuating to put the necklace over.
Yeah, for like the
Quintilius.
first time in a while, like Brett's expression like kind of softens a little, and he like lets out a breath. Yeah, thanks.
Of course. Put it on Quintilius.
He sort of like tucks it into a pocket of like Quent's shirt or something, so that it doesn't rest against that like raw skin.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
We need Liliana to look at this.
Okay. Yeah. Let's keep going. Are you okay? I think we should ask that. Are you what happened exactly?
Yeah, because the last you all heard from Brett's communication before he came out and said like, I got him, like we're out, was like a moment of fear where he had like shouted out like, if I die, don't give up on Quent. And that's just sort of been left unresolved until now. I mean, I got him out, but look what they did to him.
No.
He should have been with us. I shouldn't have let him. It was dumb. I was
Yeah.
hoping if we pretended they weren't targeting him, nothing would happen.
Right. Well, I'm sorry that this happened. I feel like
You have detect magic, don't you?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything about it?
Yeah. I will cast detect magic. I think in that conversation, Aelity does get a little quiet though, and kind of discouraged. You kind of see her head get is put down.
What does your detect magic look like, Aelity?
It would be her eyes would give off that smoke energy again, but it'd be pure black. And then her fingertips would be smoky as well.
As you sort of light up with that smoky energy, you would see Brett's magic aura being pure and strong as ever. Almost looks like this living arcane flame at times.
Yeah.
Looking at Quint, his entire magic aura, as well as his body, would be littered with chaos magic. There would be no sign of any arcane weave that you could see. He is entirely chaos magic. Roll me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay. Interesting.
Oof.
A 5. So looking at his chest, that sigil that you can see a good part of with his shirt loosely opened up, being unbuttoned. That sigil itself, that auric symbol, that spell brand, is letting off the deepest, brightest chaos magic you maybe have ever seen.
So I think at that point, Aelity would kind of take a step back and just, she is just littered with chaos magic, and that symbol is probably the craziest chaos magic I've ever seen.
Great.
I don't know what to do.
Well, Liliana's gonna look at it, and then we'll know more. She's
fair.
like an ink teacher, right? Ink, the tattoo.
An inkomancer, yes. Yes. I think she could figure it out. Okay, yeah. Nope. No panic. No panic. Yep, we just gotta keep walking. I think at that point, I think I would transform back into the Raven and just scout the perimeter just to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Give me one more perception check, Aelity.
Please.
As you shift back into bird form, taking flight again, doing another survey as Brett continues on the last 5 or so minutes of the trek.
That's better.
Nice.
23.
Okay.
With full confidence, you keep an eye on Brett, as well as surveying the wide area. You would see no other students or people or anything that would really catch your eye outside, of the ordinary. As you would keep following over Brett as he would make his way to the cave entrance. Aelity, you begin to descend back down to meet them. Our view will cut back over. I think it probably makes the most sense to go back to Gale, because Gale, you would reach the study group before Marius and Kellen would get to the central campus. They were a fair ways out, and even with Rouge, it'll take them a little bit of time, not too much, since they're in mid-flight, just booking it basically.
Yeah, they're like just now kind of passing through Witherbloom, right?
Basically. So they got maybe another 20-ish, 30-ish minutes since they're moving so fast till they get to you guys. They don't have to move around the train, flying well over it. But for Gale, you would see her leave the Silver Quill campus, do a little bit of communicating with the group with the Sending Stone, as she would be in that mid-run, just jog, just going. Not taking too terribly long, he would arrive at the central campus, heading further and further. Thankfully to Marius, he would have passed along that location that they were at, the student store, the school store, the biblioplex, beginning to sort of move around the central campus. Again, almost every time you come here, you get that just reminder of how different it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Though it would be midday, only about 4 o'clock, maybe beginning to push 4:30 or so, those deep, dark gray clouds would still litter the sky overhead, allowing next to no sun to pass through, creating a very overcast scene. There'd be a little bit of wind that would pick up, not affecting you too much, but you would just see it sort of almost push the campus at times as it would bellow through.
Yeah, no, I can literally change the direction of the wind around me.
Oh yeah, you're
So
good, but
she
see the
has the wind
environment.
always at her back, so that maybe there's this moment she passes by some students where the wind suddenly changes direction, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
There wouldn't be too many students out and about as you would pass by a few groups, small lone students. Again, it feels like ever since those attacks that you all had heard about, that not too many students linger around in the open these days. As you continue on to that large central building, the biblioplex, standing tall as a focal point of the central campus, you get to those front doors. Moving inside, there wouldn't be too many students here in the biblioplex, and it's probably also weird being in here this time of day, and it's just not this bustling center of activity like it was when you were here. It's like maybe 30, 40 students in this sort of front area lingering about or just crossing either to the biblioplex or heading towards the front doors you entered from.
There aren't any lavender nights about, are there?
You passed one or two on the way in, looking deeper into the biblioplex, where you thankfully don't have to go. You would see 3 lavender knights, as they would be moving about some of the stacks in the bookshelves.
Okay, good to know at least that they're over there.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna try and keep an eye out as I look for Mina, head towards the bookstore.
You take that left and begin walking over there, and in that sort of little lounge off to the left in one of those tables that's like a bench built into the wall, basically, you would see the study group. You would see Mina, Drasimir, Mayru, Rosie, Greta, Jay, and Felix, all sort of sitting there. And you would look at all of them, but you would probably linger on Mina, as Mina would look over and she is just dead eye contact with you as you walk up and approach.
Reminder though, I am human skin toned right now.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, everyone else is probably none the wiser, but
Yeah, I'm just
Mina's
gonna walk
been on the
up as it.
lookout for someone.
Gail is not really thinking about that fact though, so she's just gonna kind of, do a quick little double take just to make sure there's no lavender knights around as she walks up, and then just kind of walk up to the group as if everybody would recognize her, not really thinking about the fact that she is kind of in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair is completely different.
And you walk up and sit down. Most of the study group, 6 of them, probably looking curiously amongst each other. But Mina is just dead looking at you, in the eyes. And then her eyebrows would sort of narrow a little bit. Oh, hey. Didn't think we'd be seeing you here.
Yeah, I had Darius, what? Marius message ahead.
I mean, I figured we would see someone. I didn't think it would be you from the group. It's
Yeah.
fine. Everyone, this is a friend. As she's like explaining to the rest of the group. This is a friend. Don't worry. She's fine. She's fine.
Okay. Gonna take a deep breath in, and the air around the table all like goes in towards her. So, just checking in. Are you guys wanting to stay on campus or go back to our little hideout? Because we found Quint very not okay right now. Neither is Brett. Brett kind of did it all by himself because he's like that. And he's kind of effed up right now too. So that's why I'm here. I kind of fold my arms.
Study groups are like looking between each other very curiously. Rosie would probably say after like a little bit of a pause. I mean, it's really good to see you.
Yeah, sorry.
Meredith,
it's nice to see you all.
It's very good to see you, Meredith.
Yes. We'll go with that. Look, there's a lot going on. I'm sure you guys got some of it. I know, but yeah, so what are you guys wanting to do? Sorry, this is a lot.
You would see a sort of blonde-haired, sort of a younger. You would guess to be maybe like a first year, since he wouldn't have any particular, college coloring. He would sort of like pipe up. Hey, well, I don't really know you, Jay. By the way, good to meet you. But my friends back, my home, they always had a saying, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." I don't know if we all should go to your spot, right? And you would see the other first year Felix, long white hair and that sort of loose braided ponytail, one or two books in his lap. I mean, I don't think you're wrong, Jay. I think that makes good bit of sense. Oh, by the way, Felix, good to meet you. You apparently know my girlfriend. I don't think she's ever mentioned you.
Wait,
Ooh,
who are you dating?
Mina sort of crosses her arms and gets a smirk. Yeah, we are. Is there a problem with that? Is there an issue with me dating someone that isn't you? Do you not like that? Does that make you feel some way?
Oh God.
Felix is just like looking between the two of you. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, but maybe it is best if we just stay, I guess, here. Maybe I don't know, we could just all hang out at one of our dorms. Not me or Jay's. There are a bunch of other first years there, but I don't know. Maybe we can go to Mina's place at Silver Quill, or I'm not really sure, but I don't really feel right if we're not all together.
Gail was like super wide-eyed for a minute and then kind of focused back in with Felix talking. That actually sounds like a good idea. You guys should all stay together. Probably not join back up. Hopefully less likely to get caught up in our shiz. Even though you are kind of helping us, I guess. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that later. Like looking back at Mina.
She still
But
just
you
has
know what?
like a shit-eating grin. She's being civil as she can be.
For
There
me,
are bigger things at play right now. Okay? I cannot even consider this. Just doing the like hand wave like circle motion of like these two, whatever this situation is with Felix and her.
Felix gets like a very confused face again. Hi, yeah, babe, we'll just stay at your place tonight, right? Maybe we could do a little dinner party. I can make the Gouda that you love, that dip, the Gouda, yeah. Okay, and he's like trying to make Mina like disengage, but she just will not. She's just like staring at you, Gale.
All right, cool. You guys are good. Knocks on the table as she like stands up. I guess I'm gonna peace out. Talk to you guys later.
Mayru and Drazi probably in unison. Good to see you. Good to see you. Meredith, but Mallory. It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Yeah, let's just go M.
We'd see Gale begin to make her way out of the biblioplex.
Oh my god, Marius, where the fuck are you guys?
We pan to Marius and Kellen riding the flying carpet, just beginning to essentially enter the airspace of the central campus.
Oh god. Is there a place that we could hopefully somewhat inconspicuously land?
You guys could probably find somewhere. It couldn't be too terribly close to like the biblioplex, but spending enough time at Central Campus, you probably know a few little alleys and behind buildings and little hideaway spots to land. They may be a little out of the way, but should be fairly safe.
That's what I would do, and then try and walk over so it's a little more inconspicuous.
Easy enough.
I would say Gail would have like relayed to you that the study group is going to hang out on campus, so we can meet up somewhere that isn't necessarily the biblioplex.
All my friends are gonna die.
Also, is there room on that carpet for 3, or are we walking?
Can you fly?
I think it's like 6 feet by 4 feet.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how big. I remember it being kind of small.
I mean, if we kind of toboggan it, these tobags.
If you had 3
Criss
medium
cross.
creatures on it, you could go about 30 feet, because it would be like technically count as encumbered, because it's not too terribly big, but it's very fast.
But I'm
This
like
is-
made of air.
These are mechanical rules.
No, I know.
It's magic. Your magic weight. You have a lot of magic.
Yeah. All your spell weave
All your
connections. Just dangling about, disgusting.
That's
All
the
your
only
level 5
physical
spells.
presence.
They're so heavy.
Because I could, if we all ride on the carpet, I could turn all 3 of us invisible. So then at least it's just a carpet.
No, I feel like just a flying carpet looks weird.
Yeah.
I just I can fly, but it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Sounds like a you problem.
Rude.
Well, why don't we just turn invisible and walk?
That also works.
Oh yeah, put a little pep in the step. That should at least get us off campus.
Yeah. From here, if you went invisible, like kind of at a strategic point, yeah, it could get you through Central Lorehold, probably to like the bottom of the mountains. You still have that like 30-minute trek up the
Yeah.
mountains where you'd be visible. But yeah, you could get through the campuses.
And
Yeah,
then we can
at
hop
least
on
getting
the
through
carpet.
campus
and
is invisible.
then we have to walk uphill.
I'll take off a 4th level spell. Turn all 3 of us invisible.
Ooh, all of you drift invisible as you begin your way back to the Lorehold campus.
I'm gonna die. Oh no.
Oh no.
They don't to die.
Yeah, so did you guys know Mina's dating someone?
I mean, I just assumed.
Yeah, I feel like he's. I mean, kind of quiet, but
I just
I
like
don't know. Seems okay.
I mean, like I do get where she's coming from. She's trying to make me jealous and stuff, which like yeah, maybe there is a part of me that is jealous, but I also just like
I mean, have you
we
ever
got bigger
thought
things
that?
going on right now, man.
I mean, have you ever thought that maybe like Mina just, I don't know, moved
Yeah,
on?
yeah, you moved on. Like it's not about you.
She was like dagger staring me like
Yeah, but like you could still move on and then just be like, forget that
Like,
person, you know?
and then like when you see their face because you like thought they were long gone, you could like have
Yeah.
a bunch of like feelings
Oh yeah, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah.
like,
well, there's
wow, I'm
definitely
really
a
angry
lot
with
I
this person.
Yeah,
yeah, like
surprise.
I felt like it was mostly anger, not
Mhm.
entirely sure. I honestly did not want to put any energy towards that right now cuz that's just too much.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Coward.
As we're talking invisibly.
You could use
I mean,
message. Just keep it on a closed channel.
Yeah, that's true. We can specify like the sending stones just to us.
Yeah, you guys made them pretty bougie, so you can definitely select who's hearing what.
Secret.
Flying
Same as
around.
Brett. Brett
Flying
sends
around
them.
hearing this conversation as a raven. What the fuck?
Yeah, because like probably
He's like,
timing
"Wait, what?"
wise, like they're probably like heading to Lorehold as like Brett's getting to the cave sort of vibe. Like as far as
Yeah.
like loose timey, you know, sort of timey wimey right now, hopping around.
Hmm.
Yeah. We'll sort of cut from our group heading to Lorehold campus. Back over to Aelody and Brett. As they would enter the cave hideout loosely in that sort of mountainous area outside of Lorehold campus proper. Brett, as you make your way in, Vor is that sort of warforged figure, just sort of looking as you pass by with Quint in your arms. Liliana probably made her way a little bit further inside. She probably like has moved that grung body just like off to the side a little bit more, so it's like on its side, like very carelessly, just like moved over. As Brett, you enter with Quint in your arms. Aelody, do you shift back into human form once you get back in?
Yeah. Yep.
Assume your standard form as Aelody as you enter the cave with Brett. Vor is probably leaving his like guard outpost at that entrance, like following everyone into the cave with Brett and Quint. What would Aelody and Brett like to do? As you probably have like at least 40 50-ish minutes maybe until the party gets to show up here.
I mean, immediately Brett is rushing to Liliana and having her look at this tattoo on his chest.
As you get over to her and sort of lay Quint down, sort of explain what happened, and like maybe like fully unbutton those last buttons of his shirt and reveal that full spell brand, taking up again most of the space in between his pecs, very high up on the torso. Liliana looking at it very curiously. Oh my, this is wow. Okay. All right, certainly a spell brand. Okay, here, let me just do a quick and she begins to ritual cast identify. So it takes her about 10 minutes to do this little arcane ritual as a little bit of very misty, dark, very like almost like purple at the ends magic. It's almost very similar to her sort of purple and black aesthetic as she would sort of charge up and identify. Oh, right. Okay. Hells. The best way I can put this is this spell brand. This is some sort of chaos gate. The exact workings of it are incredibly intricate. I would need to really spend some time in order to dive deeper, but the long and short of it would be that this spell brand is increasing his connection to the Chaos Weave. Quint is overcharged with chaos magic right now. His aura is completely surging. His entire physical form is taken over by the chaos magic, let alone this spell brand giving off the magic it's giving off. It's incredible. He's a beacon of chaos magic. This
Why
is
is he not waking
dangerous.
up? Is it
I
because
don't
of that?
It could be. That is a very good point. I don't know if anyone has ever had this much chaos magic running through them before. This is, to put this in standard terms, if this was arcane magic, someone with this level of arcane magic would be incredibly powerful. Not just any mortal can take this amount of power. It's a lot. A lot. I don't even know if he would be able to control this if he was awake. It may be best that he's not.
Brett's just kind of like holding his face, looking at him, thinking, digesting these words. The thing that crosses his mind is the anti-magic collar that Liliana wore, and the theory they had about how if you wear the collar long enough, it's been documented that you are disconnected from the spell weave.
Mm-hmm.
And so in theory, they could try to disconnect Gwent from the Chaos Weave by having him wear an anti-magic collar.
Mm-hmm. And I would fully disconnect him.
I don't think this is an idea he's ever shared with anyone else in the party, because it was something he was thinking about while he was sitting on the information that Gwent was connected to the Chaos Weave in the first place. But that's kind of what's on his mind. I don't know what Lodi's up to right now.
Probably in the same room, observing, listening. Kind of panicking just a little bit.
You would see Liliana shares a little bit of that as she would kind of look from Quint to you guys as she's still like keeping the identify open so she can kind of investigate if you guys have questions, but yeah, she's definitely a little worried.
Are you saying something, Benny? Or was that just Mike feedback?
Oh, it's just Mike feedback.
Okay. I think Brett would bring it up. He would say, like, there's no way we could find an anti-magic collar around campus, right? Right, Professor?
An anti-magic collar. I mean, I suppose there could be around campus somewhere. It was an old technique by the deans, using anti-magic collars on delinquent students. They were banned some time ago. As far as what we could do now, the only thing I could think of that is a tried and true method is high-powered dispel magic once again. I think it may be
That's-
enough to take out the Spellbrand. I don't know what it will do or how Quint aura will be after the fact. I'm not sure how this affects someone's threshold, but I think it should destroy the Chaos Gate, which is at least a first step.
That's what I was going to ask. Could I potentially use Dispel Magic?
I think so.
Or-
I think
I've
so.
been I've been thinking this thought the whole time. I've just been waiting for Gale to get back.
Though I would wager we may only have one shot at this.
With this... I can try it.
Perhaps we wait till everyone is here. Similar to how you all did when you freed me. You all said that with a combined effort, you were able to push through, and well, I think we may need that effort once more. This Spellbrand, I fear if agitated, it will lash out. It will attack, defend itself.
Question: is this just pure magic, or is this technically a curse, Liliana?
It is a combination of both, mixed with inkomancy magic for a Spellbrand. It is. I would imagine something like this on someone wanting chaos magic. This is a boon. If you are looking to empower your strength in the Chaos Weave, this is a powerful tool to have. For Quint, this is a curse. I hope this is a curse, not something he would view as anything else but.
So you're saying he's a battery?
That's a fair point. That's a very fair comparison. He is overcharged right now.
Is there any way to take that away? Can someone drain the energy? Would that kill him? Could I potentially try and take some of this chaos magic? Is there...
Well, the first step would be removing the Spellbrand. I fear doing anything to remove the chaos magic or dampen it would just be futile. This chaos gate is opening the floodgates, allowing chaos magic to pour in. I think it may be best if we can get rid of it, see what it does to him. Maybe he will wake. I hope for the best. Sort of make the plan up as we go along. Something you all have taught me is an invaluable skill.
Do you have any ideas, Brett?
I think we should wait.
Okay.
He's still like staring down, holding him. I think we should wait for everyone to get back. Yeah,
That's fair.
Liliana's right that nothing ever goes according to plan. But the one time it did, it was because we all worked together.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Doing a little timey-wimey shenanigans. You'd watch Fours, Liliana, Aelody, Quint, and Brett rest here in the cave hideout as our invisible trio of Gale, Marius, and Kellen would cross the bridge to Lorehold campus, make their way through some of the winding streets and passways, eventually reaching those mountainous outskirts, beginning to head up that sort of pathway. Only about 3 or 4 minutes up that mountain path, you all would feel that invisibility begin to fade from you. Continuing on the next 25 or so minutes on foot, fully visible, but fairly out of the way, fairly obscure. All of you doing loose surveillance as you're progressing up, and you feel fairly secluded. You feel, thanks to the distinct lack of, student activity out and about campus, it is definitely working in your favor right now.
Thank goodness.
Would there be anything else from our two parties before they would reunite? Whether that be Brett and Aelody in the cave waiting, or that would be Marius, Gale, or Kellen on their trek up to the cave.
Quickly, how long are we in the cave before they get back? I'm just wondering if I get a short rest in to roll some die.
Brett, you would not get one before they get back. But Aelody, I will say, since you were waiting previously, and you have to wait essentially another 40, 50-ish minutes before they get back, I'll say that does complete your short rest. So you do get a short rest, Aelody. Brett, you'd have another, 10 or 15 minutes after they get back for a short rest.
Okay. Then I'll wait on that.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I mean, he's got 30 hit points now.
Oh, in total?
In total.
Oh, yeah, when I get back, I'll heal you up.
Yeah, Gale would like prepare them. Be like, just so you know, like they're both pretty fucked up right now.
Like how? What do you mean fucked up?
Like Brett looked like he about died trying to get Quint, and Quint looks like he's barely hanging on. Like he was unconscious the entire time.
Why'd you let Brett almost die, Gale?
Yeah,
He didn't say anything. He just he went in and then was suddenly like, if I die, don't give up on Quint, and then was suddenly like, I got him, and it all happened so fast. You were listening.
You know how he is. You're never supposed to leave him alone. He follows his heart. He doesn't know any better, yeah. Okay, well. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised that he's going to go to these extremes. We'll heal everybody up when we get there.
I do have a potion I could give too. I kind of had that thought like as they were leaving, and then I was like, oh no, I could have. Well, okay, this is fine.
All right. If there's nothing else, again, about 40, maybe 45 minutes or so passing since Liliana's sort of information handoff to Brett and Aelody. We would see Kellen, Marius, and Gale finally go up that mountainous trek along the face of the mountain, kind of go around that loose bend around the exterior and find that narrow cave entrance. Sort of entering and going through that very small passageway, you would enter the cave room proper. This small little space, just big enough for all of you to lay down bedrolls and sleep, but not big enough to really set up anything too permanent. Just enough space for everyone to sort of be and exist. Sort of entering, seeing our party reunited for the first time since, I don't know, it's been quite some time, especially since Brett has had Quint back. They had a loose little fun time yesterday around this time, but this just feels different. Everyone's reunited, everyone probably receiving some information. Liliana handing off the little bit that she knew about what's happening with Quint. All of you learning that he is seething with chaos magic, overcharged. Kind of like Aelody put it, he's like a battery for chaos magic right now, full charge. The spell brand being what she's called a chaos gate, connecting him even further to the chaos weave. A dispel can be attempted, she believes, though she would fear if it's not successful and it's agitated that it will try to defend itself. You guys would all see in the cave off to the side, there would be that dead grung body of Mergaxer, just sort of like half-heartedly like leaned up against the side, carelessly put there.
Disgusting.
Yummy.
Oh.
Should we put the body in a bag?
Oh, right. I didn't even think about that. Sorry. My bad. I'll clean up. Liliana pulls out her duffel bag where the other bodies are. She begins
Yeah,
towing
as
Mergaxer.
far as
Just leave your
Gale's
toys
concerned, Liliana is body cleanup now. She's the necromancer.
This is
Captain Professor Necromancer Lady. I'll do healing hands on breath for 10, and I'll do a cure wounds twice. So it's 26, and then
he can still like get a hit die.
Yeah,
He's got a
if-
short rest coming up.
If he hangs out and rests for a little bit longer, like 10, 15-ish more minutes while you guys are all here, he could get a short rest.
I got it. That's how you get it. There's another 26. You get halfway.
Go.
I get 2 26s?
No, just one. 120.
Oh, okay. I was like, holy
Sorry,
shit.
we'll get you to 20. If you need more, I'll. If fighting erupts, I can heal you more.
So his max is 115.
Yeah, he's a hardy boy.
So you don't have to get him
So-
all the way up. Like,
Yeah,
That,
You
that
brought him
brings
up
you
to
up to
56.
like, yeah.
just tide you over in case he's being followed. He's obviously a plant.
I knew it.
Nice.
Do you
what
have
kind of
a
wood do
Do you have a
have?
potion at all?
Brett,
Yeah.
He's
I think he
safe,
drank
he's in the
everything he
cave.
had in that fight.
Gale will hand you one of her basic potions. She's got 2.
Let me double check. Oh, I have one more greater healing potion.
Oh, you have a potion?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was
well,
pretty
then she-
clutch. I don't know if I want to use it now. Just let me rest, Gale. I just need like 10 more minutes.
Well, as long as you at least have a potion on you, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
And everyone's gonna get ready for this group dispel, right? Got to get our heads in the game.
Yeah. How are we doing this?
Pixie dust.
I mean, I assume we're going to. What did we do last time? Guidance and bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Is there
what
is
else
there
did you-
any way maybe Aelity and I could cast dispel magic together?
buff
Certainly
both
try.
of you? Wait, I can only do one guidance. You can
try.
certainly try.
We're all gonna die.
I'm scared.
I don't have any bardic
Shit.
inspiration right now,
Oh, none.
and I don't get it back after a short rest. I need a long rest.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
going natural.
Ooh.
Well, we got guidance, unless you're out.
No, it's cantrip. I can only guidance one person. What do I have? I don't think I have any. I think all I have is guidance. Yeah, I have like bless and stuff. Yeah, guidance. Give you a D4.
I feel like if we're gonna
Wait, don't we have to roll something?
yeah, I'm
Maybe
pretty
we
sure Aelidy's is better than mine because you have
And-
I think that's why
you
we
have
had her
a
cast
5
it.
charisma, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Can you
Yeah.
use meta magic? Can Gale use meta magic? The seeking spell on it, or is that just for spell attack?
Yeah, that's just for spell attacks.
Mm.
This is different because it's a skill check, or what is it? I'll just post the thing. Yeah, so you're making an ability a check with your spellcasting ability. So it's not like your spell attack bonus. It's purely your spellcasting stat bonus. So it's
So-
only the charisma bonus. So it's only a +5 at most.
Question: could I push this up to level 5 to spell magic?
Well, yeah, you're a
that's what I
warlock,
thought.
so it's like always gonna
Yeah,
be max
that's what I thought.
level.
Yeah. Sweet. Cool. Mm. Well, probably look over at Brett. If this is what you want, then who am I to say no?
I mean, unless someone has an anti-magic collar they've been keeping for their own reasons. Sort of like scans the group. Almost sarcastically.
Gale,
Then,
Gale
yeah.
actually scans the group though, like does an insight check on everyone. I assume nobody has one.
Vors and Liliana don't.
Sometimes I just put on a collar when no one's around, so I feel weak. It's nothing.
Bite a lemon.
Proceeds to pull out collar.
Golly.
You.
Reluctant to hand it over.
Only run into one that I know of so far, and I don't think any of us took it. So
We also it
They got
also
left on
broke.
stage.
This is
I mean, yeah, I think we should try the dispel.
But should we wait until we can get all of the bonuses?
I mean, what time is it now? Because what, we found him at what, 3:34?
Give or
It
take.
took about like
And then it's been an hour since then.
Yeah, so it's getting close to 5 at this point. It's like 4:45, maybe 4:40
and
area.
you need a
So a
long
long
rest.
rest would have
yeah, we
us
need a
starting right before the ceremony in the middle of the night.
yeah, which
In
is
the middle of
probably
the-
something that we definitely need to do. We need to get a long rest in. I mean, or some of us need to get a long rest in.
Yeah, I mean, Brett needs it for sure.
I could definitely top off some spells. I'm empty on 3rd levels, but I'm pretty good on everything else.
I mean, the way I see it, we need all our energy for tonight. And, like, if the dispel doesn't work later, then there's no time to do anything else. But if it doesn't work now, then we can still try something later.
But if it doesn't work now, it could potentially, I don't know, harm Quint, harm us.
Well, I don't think it'll harm Quint, right? If it's trying to protect itself. He's
I
looking
don't
at
know.
Liliana
It's-
like, please tell
it's
me I'm right.
chaos.
Mhm.
we have to try something, right? We can't just leave him like this.
Well,
I agree we should do something now.
I mean, he's not getting any worse though, right?
I mean, I don't have detect magic.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore now that I unattuned for my primer.
But when he looks like this, I hesitate to even cure wounds, because, like, what if that shit on his chest doesn't like it? What if I'm sewing it in, you know?
Yeah.
Magically.
Well, that's like the whatever when Gale tried to dispel the magic on the snarl and the chaos magic in there, and it didn't like that. So, throwing
Well,
it out
but it's also the snarl's also a bit different. That's its own thing.
That's an entity. This is a spell brand.
Yeah.
But I mean, Quint is an entity.
Well, we're not dispelling
And-
Quint.
Not yet.
Yeah, this is. I had that I had that concern too, but Liliana seems to think that this isn't. She She thinks it can be dispelled. So
My question is what happens if it doesn't work? What happens then? What's
yeah,
so
I am still worried about that.
Well, I'll be honest. There's only one. We could talk about this all we want, but there's only one way to find
Eldritch
bam
Blast.
slaps his chest.
out.
I guess
Goes for it.
Boom! Immediate.
I guess I
Swing of the
will. We're not gonna try and both cast because we've never done that before, and you don't really have mechanics for that in this game. So I'm going to maybe.
You don't know what Gobbed has mechanics for.
We
Gods
just have
can
never
make
done
anything,
it.
man.
We've never done it in this game. I'm going to, if they're going to do this, be prepared to maybe try to dispel if anything goes wrong.
Sure.
Just a
Yeah.
Try and
Bad
dispel like a
dispel.
bad effect of bad from happening. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
You have to believe in a positive outcome, Gale. What the fuck?
That's
We're all gonna
that's the
die.
only way I can help. I'm sorry.
I'm just
It-
messing with you.
I understand what you're saying, but like, that's all I can do.
You've jinxed us.
Any other final preparations before it sounds like Aelity is going to attempt to dispel?
Do I have my short
tried
rest
it.
done before this happens?
Yeah, it's up to you guys. You definitely can.
I guess we would.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause
I
I just
assumed you were
wanna
going to
roll
take
my
the 10, 15.
Yeah, if you want to wait till after your short rest, another couple of minutes, that's fair enough.
Well, Brett sure does.
You guys are planning while Brett
Yeah.
finishes resting.
It just definitely
I just
doesn't
got
sound
you.
like we're waiting for a long rest. So
Just here so I
No.
don't get fined.
What? Isn't the ceremony tomorrow morning?
The unification ceremony is
Yeah.
tomorrow morning at 8, and
But
the
there's still
last
another
ritual-
midnight. Yeah.
Last
yeah,
rituals tonight.
Can we get in a long rest before the last ritual?
I
Just
think
we
we
barely,
can
I
just
think.
sneak one in.
Just, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, if you guys were to go to sleep in the next, 15 minutes, you could basically just get it in so that way you could leave here and get to the Biblioplex like almost right at midnight, unless you make some really good rolls to get there fast type of thing.
Let's wrap it up.
Brett has to regain his mountain of hit points real quick.
Yeah.
Wake his ass up.
Okay, he's basically chopped up.
Jeez, how many? 1, 2, 3, 6. So you still got like 4.
Hmm.
All right. You guys give Brett another couple of minutes with Quint. Maybe, cinematically, you guys sort of move about the cave. Maybe some people move around the exterior, that tunnel entranceway. And Brett, you just look down at Quint, and motionless, still sleeping. He seems extremely peaceful. He's so still that you would think he's dead. You would even notice he isn't breathing in or anything like that. He would maybe every couple of minutes, but it's not regular. Maybe also noting he doesn't have a heartbeat. Does not have a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
I don't. That.
I remember, wasn't his heartbeat just really, really, really slow before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to exercise him.
Why you do
5,
this,
6
Gobbed?
minutes. You guys all reconvening as Brett, you sort of lay Quint down as you sort of stand up and imagine maybe like stand off to the side, like right by Quint, or do you want to just sort of keep him in your arms, sort of thing?
For the dispel, I guess I imagined that we would have to like lay him in the center or something. But
That's fair.
if Brett can hold him, I think he'd rather hold him.
Yeah, you can hold him if you want to. You could hold him in the center of the cave, kind of like you said, if you'd rather.
Yeah.
Smothering him.
Oh.
Keeping him warm. He's too cold.
He's very cold to the touch. He feels like a dead body.
Why stop
a-
saying it?
He's a
I
he's
don't
dead.
like
Oh
it.
god.
I'm sorry.
God.
Go on,
Uh,
tell me more.
We
Looks
have
like
Brett.
a duck.
Brett
Quacks like a
holding
duck.
Quint in the center of this cave. All of you sort of loosely circled around. Aelity, you're probably sort of front and center, sort of, like maybe a step towards Quint and Brett.
Yeah.
What's our final preparations for this dispel casting?
So, Gail, you're gonna back me, and I'm gonna give it all I've got. We're just winging it, right? Kind of like what we always do.
Yeah,
What?
I'm gonna
Well, we're group
keep an
casting,
eye
right?
out.
Are we group casting? Well, I know Gail was a little nervous about that because we've never done it before.
Well, we did it with like the planes calling and stuff, so I thought the same principle applied here. Have we only ever done it with the planes calling?
We've only done
Yeah.
it with the planes calling. We could try to like focus all our energy onto Aelity along with a guidance from Marius. We could try and do that. We've
I mean,
never
that's what
done
I
it
was
before.
imagining.
I was though more when I initially brought it up was like both of us casting Dispel Magic at the same time. That's
I
more what
don't
I was
like
especially
that
like,
one.
yeah, no, don't do that. But we
Grow
could
up.
we could attempt to do the planes collie thing with the Dispel Magic.
Well, what was about to happen if I didn't bring that up?
It was I thought we were just gonna have a guidance from Marius.
And Elodie would cast alone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I'm just here keeping an eye out for if something goes wrong to try and dispel that effect from hurting us or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Brett's gonna bring up that he thinks we should group cast.
Yeah.
We do for the planes calling.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm down.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All of you, again, already in a loose circle anyways, sort of around Brett and Quint.
Gail just kind of sticks out her wand, draws a circle connecting everybody.
All of you sort of channeling in your will. Maybe even focusing on what Brett said earlier, focusing on a positive outcome, seeing the success before it happens. Aelity, go ahead and give me a Dispel Magic.
I don't want to. Just kidding.
Is Marius guidancing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured Marius guidance step.
Guidance. Good.
I was gonna say, what am I clicking on here?
Listen to
Should
your
have
heart.
Dispel Magic
Is it
somewhere.
in? Is it in my?
No, I think it's just the spell in your spell book.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
Yeah, it's a third level. But you're casting it at fifth level. Although I don't know if that matters as much on your end, depending on like the spell's level. I imagine this is higher than fifth, but I don't know.
Aelity, what does Dispel Magic look like for you when you cast it?
A little different. You would see the same like smoky texture, but it would be feints of like gold glitter in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it would sort of wisp out from your hand over towards the spell brand. You feel the connection, your Dispel Magic finding purchase. You can feel the chaos magic now. It's this almost cold, slimy, if you could describe it that way. You could feel it through the weave.
Yeah.
Give me a charisma check. So just a basic charisma check, not a saving throw. And I will give you advantage on your charisma check. So you have the combined efforts of your friends. Ooh, you also have guidance on you.
Oh god, was that a D4?
Yeah.
Okay, 12.
Kill Quint.
Damn.
As you reach out through the weave again, feeling that connection, you would begin to feel it push back. Those gold little glittering flakes dispelling, almost bursting off. Everyone's seeing this as those gold flakes just burst out in a slight explosion from the spell brand. Before maybe a half second later, you would begin to see the dark purple chaos magic begin to seethe off of Quintilius, an aura beginning to grow around him. Brett, as you look down in your hands, he is immediately growing colder and colder. He is ice cold to the touch. Let's go ahead and take a break real quick.
God, dude.
fuck.
What are you
What have
doing?
you done? Get off of him.
I was gonna
I'm
say
so scared.
I'm waiting for Brett to lash out right now. Stop.
I mean, worst case, he dies, right?
One less problem for Marius.
What's this?
One less Oric running around, you know.
Am I right?
You
I
just
don't
want
like
his
those.
spot. You're just jealous. You want to be him so bad.
I think
I
Marius
love
might
that.
get his wish. I'm scared.
Marius was like, "That's my hand holding, buddy."
Yeah, the closing scene would be like you looking at his grave, and it's just Marius's hand comes in.
Shoulder.
Marius just
Unseen.
nefariously standing in the background, rubbing his hands together, all according to Keikaku. Disgusting.
How you feeling, bud? Hand on shoulder.
What a terrible thing that's happened. I'll be with you as long as you need me.
I'll never leave you.
So,
Horrible. This is why you're a traveling musician. You get chased out of every town.
Huh?
it's the same song and dance everywhere I go.
I was just really hoping we whip out a beautiful nat 20. Quinn will wake up and be like, "Thanks for saving me, babe. Here's the key to solving everything." And Brett's gonna be like, "I knew you had it in you, babe. Let's get married."
Smooch.
The end.
The end.
And the
But what
Oryx
about
suddenly
Strixhaven?
died.
Oh, we never went back.
Oh yeah, I got destroyed. It's gone.
Oh yeah,
That shit
It's
ain't
That shit-
underwater now.
That shit totally gnarled out.
so many bodies. It was sick.
Ugh, okay, I'm gonna snack.
Yeah, quick 10-15 minute bathrooms, bevies, and bits.
Who could eat at a time like this? I mean, I will, but
We had the most random bit of rain during the session.
Mm.
And then, like, now it's gone. And there are, like, no clouds. But everything's wet.
We've had quite the weekend. While the cleaners were over, the fan over the kitchen table started dripping water.
Oh,
It was not raining outside. So that caused Carter to wonder if maybe the new thing she installed on the wall in my bathroom had like penetrated a pipe, because that's pretty much directly over the kitchen table
mhm.
is my bathroom and the wall of her office. And so she took down that cabinet thing and then like hammered into the wall and tore open a hole to feel around, and it was all dry in there. So she was like, huh, okay. So then she checked.
Well, I just destroyed a wall for no reason. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, she does that. And so then she went to her office and like went to the cut-in hole that she had already made that had like a panel over it, and took off the panel to check the wall, and that was all dry over there. But the floor itself was soaked with water. So then she started removing floorboards because it's like a little hardwood setup thing,
Okay.
medium wood, and tore up all the panels along the wall, tracking down all of the standing water. And that was like seeped along like a good majority of the length of that wall. There's one spot it was like centralized in, which was near all the electrical wires and stuff.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, so luckily, like as soon as she noticed a drip from the fan, which is obviously an electric appliance, she turned off the power and the water to the house while she investigated everything.
Yeah.
So then she tore open a hole in the wall above all that to see if water was like dripping down. And it like kind of seemed to be, but at that point it was hard to tell like where it had come from because the water was turned off. So nothing was like actively dripping anymore. She was just trying to like track it down based off of like damp spots. And so for a while we thought it was the sink in my bathroom, and then we thought it was the toilet, and then we thought it was the bathtub. And we checked all of those pipes and made like 3 or 4 more big holes in the wall. And then she went up into the attic into this like scary part that was just like so horrifying to watch her climb her way over into that. And she kept going like, if I fall, don't put it on YouTube. And I was like, that's not what you need to be worried about right now.
It's going on YouTube regardless.
And long story short, she finally figured it out after it. So it had started raining while we were dealing with all of that and cutting holes in the wall, and then the dripping started again. And so we thought the dripping was like, oh, the roof is leaky, which we did figure out the roof is leaky. It just wasn't causing the leak that was creating a problem downstairs near the electric in our office, which also that electric output is the exact outlet that we have all of our Wi-Fi and stuff plugged into. So we have since moved all of that shit into the hallway. So there's just this awkward little like side table in the hallway up here of all the internet stuff plugged into the wall. And she had to tear up the drywall all the way up from that outlet to the ceiling and cut a hole into the ceiling so that she could access that space in the attic so that she doesn't have to crawl to it anymore.
Yeah.
And it turns out there's this like air output pipe thing that whoever installed it didn't bother to like actually seal the pipes.
Nice.
Because it's just like an air outlet. It's just supposed to let air out so that the system doesn't have like pressure issues or whatever.
It's still supposed to be sealed.
Right. So it wasn't sealed. So then it got filled with all of that little cottony stuff that fills the empty space in the attic. You know what I'm talking about?
The
Insulation.
So it's all clogged up. And so what? And she figured out what was happening is that
it was like building up condensation.
Yes, because the AC, which she had cranked up for while the cleaners were here, because you know they're working hard scrubbing at things. She wants to keep them from being sweaty and hot and miserable. She turns down the AC just before they show up. And so the AC being on extra like cold right after this rain that we've gotten for the first time in like literally almost 2 months. Like all that fresh humidity and then that AC load. Something broke in the AC and it started like leaking all of that water. And like the amount of water it produced may have been a normal amount, like for a humid kind of day. But because there also happened to be that clog in that output thing, it was causing a backup so that it was all draining out of the top of that right over the electric.
Nice.
Damn.
And so the end result of that is that the house does not have AC because she has to have it off until this clog is cleared.
Yeah.
/ the water no longer condenses, which it's going to do that while it's on. So if she can fix the clog, then it should be fine. But she'll also have to seal it in a watertight way that can withstand the heat up in the attic. And then, so this was all yesterday. And that started at like noon 30-ish was when the leak was caught. And we didn't have power and water for like all day, basically, until like at least 5 when she figured out what the actual issue was. Which was just, so if we had the AC off, then everything was fine. We could have the water and electric on. So then we just didn't have AC. And then today, just as our game started, I got a call from her saying like, hey, Mom has to come pick me up because my car broke down. Can you make sure you're keeping an ear out for Dad's alarm? Because her dad's in a wheelchair and he can't do many things by himself. So he just kind of needs to be, not like supervised, but, you know, he needs someone around.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like she literally had to get picked up and driven back and to call a tow truck and stuff because she thinks her engine blew a gasket and it was like leaking oil everywhere or something.
Oh, shitty.
Yeah. So all this happened in the span of like not even 24 hours.
Yeah, that's so shitty. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So luckily we didn't have a game plan last night because I definitely would not have been able to play.
Ooh,
Welcome back.
thank you.
Look at us already having an RP moment in our first scene back together.
All right.
The boys back together.
Boys back together. It feels so good.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be saying all that. I mean, I knew Brett was feeling that way, but like, I didn't expect it to come up so soon.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It's interesting what vulnerability will do. So we all back there? I'm ready. Fucking ready.
I'm back.
I'm back. I don't know if Master Carson is.
Chad.
Yeah.
He needs to be introduced.
In the blue corner, standing. It's
Very different approach to the introduction. I was imagining like His Highness Sir Carson the Great.
That's what I was picturing too.
Oh, my bad.
Ooh,
We're getting ready to go to
missed the
war.
mark.
You wonder why I didn't give you a call back to be my announcer.
Gosh,
Oh, I feel like that guy in The Knight's Tale. I'm honored.
As you walk in his turbulence.
Yeah, you know. You knew.
It's crowd work. I watched that
It
movie.
is ironic, because I think in real life, Benny would be much better at crowd work than me.
You think?
What the fuck?
I do think.
I thought we were homies.
That was your fault, not mine.
I lived with you.
I don't know what gave you that impression. I put up nothing but walls.
We hung out almost every day. Yeah, the pity.
I thought that was just a fun obstacle course. What do you mean those were walls?
It's the long con.
Well, sledgehammer, baby. broke all those walls down.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Jokes on you, there are false walls. I'd never lock myself down like that.
Oh, ninja move. Your friend is in another fortification.
And now you're looking all foolish.
Now you're looking real dumb.
Speaking of looking real dumb.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't do
You
that.
wouldn't even
I don't
fret
like
or
that
try.
transition.
I don't know if
Speaking
I like
of-
that one.
Speaking of accomplishing all your goals and
Oh,
having an awesome, happy ending character arc,
Yeah,
I
dude,
see.
that just makes me feel like what I just did is we're fucked. Speaking of looking dumb, dispel magic, idiot.
no.
I was about
This
to
giant beacon goes off.
I was about to restart my playlist, but for some reason it's not like re-looping the playlist, but it's a replaying in the House of the Inventor, so that's fun.
I
We're
just dropped
cursed.
some battle music for us.
Oh god,
What?
no.
We finally get to fight Quint.
No, I don't get to dispel magic.
Oh god.
I'm so ready.
Oh god, loud.
I told you he's evil.
You definitely can dispel magic, but there's a bit of a scene we gotta paint real quick.
Okay.
Getting back into it, zooming back in to the Lorehold campus of Strixhaven University, going to those outskirts mountains that sort of rest along the outside of Lorehold, zooming in to the cave hideout. We would see our group loosely circled around Quint as Brett would have him in his arms, seeing Aelity attempt to cast the Dispel spell on him. And after good efforts, it would fail. Only a second later, after the failed Dispel, Quint's form would begin to be covered in this dark, seething purple chaos energy, almost completely covering any physical details he has, almost like a being covered in chaos magic. As that happens in your arms, Brett, he gets colder and colder and colder. And as this happens, 4 dark purple tentacles whoosh, whoosh, would begin to lash out from his chest, from Quint's spellbrand. You would see these 4 tendrils made of pure chaos magic as they would begin to whip and thrash about the area. Let's go ahead and move maps and do some rolls for initiative here.
Oh god, dude.
Let me go ahead and move us. Boom.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Brett.
Don't forget to click on your token.
Oh, it's been so long. Hold on.
23.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were prepared, Gail.
I thought I was too. I don't like it.
What is it? The higher what from being Marius?
Dex.
Higher
Dex.
Frank, you
yeah,
probably
Dex.
got me right. I've
Mine's
got
a
one.
0.
Oh, I'm a 1. Never mind. Just
I
kidding.
I thought Dex, but my mouth went to say DC.
Mhm.
All right. As we sort of pick up in the cave, Kellen having that first reaction again, you would see Quint become covered in that purple chaos energy. These 4 chaos tendrils begin to whip out from his chest, being made entirely of energy. They would begin to sort of thrash and whip around. What would you like to do on your first turn?
Kellen speaks tentacles. Maybe he can talk him down.
Fucking, he's like me now, mama.
I think just seeing everything kind of going south, I think that he'd kind of hunker down, the tentacles instinctively pulling out the bow from his quiver and loading an arrow. Bonus action, steady aim.
Beautiful.
And then we'll do a sharpshooter shot at the one closest to Kellen.
Probably should have put different color bits on them. There we go. So shooting over at blue for a 22, that will hit.
Awesome. Because he has advantage, he can do sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. We'll do the damage, do the sneak attack damage, and then we'll pump a psionic die into it.
Nice. There's 6. Was that 31 points of damage? Nice. Tentacle is still good. Is it 30? Double check at 31.
What do you mean it's still good?
Things are pure energy.
Yeah, so we'll dump another shot into that tentacle.
Get 'em.
Ooh, 11?
11 will miss whoosh, as your shot goes wide, hearing it clatter around the cave.
Ugh. And I mean, you know what your boy's gonna do. Action surge.
Action
Yeah.
surge. This is how we roll.
16?
16 will miss. Whoosh, your shot going wide. These
what?
things are quick and they are
Slippery.
chaotic. They are not sitting still. They're in constant motion.
Ugh.
I mean, yeah.
And, last shot. 18?
18 will just hit the
Holy
tentacle.
shit!
Oh, that's crazy.
Boom, 23.
Jeez.
The tentacle is barely here. You would see your
What?
shots have left these gashes and slashes along its face, but it still remains thrashing wildly.
Holy fuck, dudes! Whatever they did to Quit is oh god, it's fucking gross. And that'll be Kellen's turn.
I don't like this. I just noticed Quint is on the roll table. Or is in the initiative order.
We will go to Brett as Quint in your arms is freezing cold to the touch, covered in chaos magic with these 4 tendrils just whipping about from his chest.
Hmm. Brett's gonna. So if he gently sets him on the ground, does that like take up his action or anything like that?
No. You could basically, like, as part of your action, whatever you're doing, you could just, like, stand up and, move your hands, basically, just for him to slide down to the ground gently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Brett will set him down, and I imagine these things are just like whipping around like crazy. He's like kind of having to like duck his head and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll go ahead and take out his swords, and he's gonna do a melee attack on each tentacle like near him, so that he can, because he has extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll activate his mobile feat so that there's no opportunity attacks when he backs away.
Mm-hmm.
So the left side, 17.
17 will miss. As your
Purple.
blade goes wide.
And then green.
A 13 will miss as well.
It feels right. He's not really focused on actually hitting them.
Mhm.
He's just trying to cover his ass so he can back up. And just for flavor, I feel like he's kind of like still moving. Almost like he's pacing.
As you move out of a certain range, the other two tentacles will turn around and thrash at you. First, Arm of Chaos strike against Brett. An 18.
It meets.
Ooh, that'll be 19 damage collectively, 17 necrotic and 2 bludgeoning. I also need a strength saving throw.
12. Okay. And then a strength save?
Mm-hmm.
20.
20 easy, as you could feel this chaos tentacle try to wrap around you and pull you backwards as you press through and continue moving. And the other one... a 26.
Oh, I didn't even see that load. I mean, yeah, that definitely hits.
That's 18 more damage, 15 necrotic, 3 bludgeoning. I need one more strength saving throw.
11.
Oh, as you manage to run out of the range, you can feel it begin to wrap around your ankle and pull you back. 5, 10, 15 feet as it just reels you back to its spot.
Well, shit.
You still got bonus action?
Well, that's a concentration.
I keep forgetting you don't have bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I don't have much right now. Brett's running on empty. I guess he doesn't have anything he can do with his bonus action right now. I mean, he could pop a potion, but we're not at that point yet.
Fair enough.
So he's just gonna say like, maybe if we back away, it'll calm down.
I don't know if that's really an option right now, buddy.
As you got drugged closer.
Yeah, like literally.
Oh, I don't like this.
As we will go to the tentacles turn.
I don't like this.
Why are you doing that? Why
No.
are you doing that?
No.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sizing up a 20-foot
You guys
radius.
are so funny.
You're scaring me.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Everything's under control.
We will go to the tentacles as the one you shot at, Kellen.
Fuck off, bud.
Going to swap at you. Go. First attack on Kellen. Oh, a 16.
I miss.
Whew, as you evade that. A second swing it'll take. A 19.
Ooh, that'll hit.
Ooh, you take 22 damage collectively. 20 necrotic and 2 bludgeoning. And I also need a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah,
As you feel it try to wrap around your torso as you slip down and around and through it.
you got your
Shit
own
back on.
tentacles, bitch.
we will go to Pink Tentacle that is facing down you, Aelity, and it's going to take 2 big old swings at you.
Okay, relax. It's okay. You don't have to do that.
27.
Oh.
No.
Nope. It did. I'm just yes. Oh god.
Take 18 points collectively. 14 necrotic, 4 bludgeoning.
Ugh.
Could you? I'm down. Could you imagine?
It's going to be 18 damage. Then I need a strength saving throw.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. -1. Hey, we out
Another
here.
natural
Hey.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Let's
We out here.
go.
Go.
Nat 19.
That's
That's so funny.
That's amazing.
Get off of me.
And then its second attack.
Hey,
Natural
thank
1.
God.
Hey, let's go.
Whew, evading that swing.
Yo.
That's also scary. It's still an 11.
Yeah.
Let's go to Green Tentacle. Green Tentacle is going to swing at. We'll go Gale. It's going to go
Damn
2
it.
swings at Gale.
Good luck.
22.
God damn it, dude. Why you gotta do this to me?
Like 27 points of damage collectively.
20.
23 necrotic, 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And I also need a strength saving throw.
Okay.
As it wraps around your torso, you feel it pull you in closer to chaos-covered Quintilius on the ground.
God damn it!
Second swing from Green. 21.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's going to be
Ouchie.
20
Gale
more
is very
damage.
hurt.
20 more damage.
You're right there. You can dispel him.
Fair enough.
Try it. Try it.
Is that the move? Is that what I
I
have to
think it
do?
is, honestly.
Yeah, just try it. There's no shame up in your game.
Is there any way
If it
anyone
makes
can
another tentacle,
is there any way anyone can buff me?
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I can buff you with the power of friendship. Just let's do this shit.
Yay.
We're all behind you, Gale.
Alright. So Gale, you take your collective 47 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm at 16 health.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I doubt
I'm
you can make it
squishy.
worse.
I'm squishy.
Only up from here.
And no need for a strength saving throw, because that's just going to try to pull you in.
Yeah.
You're already pulled in.
I'm already here.
Last tentacle, purple. It's going to take 2 swings at Brett.
Unnecessary.
Talk to the manager.
19.
Yeah, that hits.
Whew, takes 16 more damage. No need for a strength check since you're there. One more swing. Another 19 for 20 damage. So that's 36 damage collectively.
Oh my god.
I think that's all of our tentacles. At the end of the tentacle's turn, it's going to
Heal us all.
it's gonna become your best
I'm gonna
friend.
let out a healing aura.
You would
Because
see
chaos.
Quintilius's form almost pulse and glow, the tentacles doing the same in turn, pulsing and glowing. So it will use its Lavender Terror ability. So creatures hit by the tentacle, so that would be Brett, Gale, Aelody, and Kellen.
No.
All of you guys give me charisma saving throws.
Oh, okay.
This isn't a spell, right?
This is not. This is a
Oh.
Can I use counter charm as my reaction, or is it as an action? Oh shoot! I think it's an action.
Yeah, as an action.
feature. Yeah.
Dan.
You know,
Uh,
first day
charisma
back.
saving
Can I just get
throw.
advantage for just being?
You get disadvantage because you're rusty.
Fuck.
What a good joke, babe. A
That's
silly
not-
game.
That's not a joke.
And I laugh.
Uh,
I put it in my
Um,
diary.
okay.
Aelody with a dirty 20.
Damn
succeeds.
it.
Gale with a 12 will fail.
It was so close.
Brett with a 26 will succeed. There's 2 successes, 2 failures.
A save. A save isn't an ability check, right?
It is not.
So frightened means I just can't move towards it, right?
So the frightened condition for Kellen and for Gale. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Yeah.
And the creature cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
This is not good for my dispel magic.
Is Dispel
I know.
Magic touch?
It's an ability check. That's the thing.
Oh no, I asked a specific question though.
You don't. It's a range.
Okay, thank you.
All right. That's going to be it for our tentacles turn. And we will go to Aelody next.
Oh, I'm not ready. There's so many things. Okay. Because it wasn't really answered. And it's gonna get an attack of opportunity. Yeah, you know what? Just for my own peace of mind, I'm gonna run right next to Quint.
Easy enough.
I'm guessing I'm gonna get some attacks of opportunity on me, correct?
No.
Oh,
you're moving
thank
you're
God.
moving into their range, not out of their
Yeah,
range, so you're good.
Okay.
These dudes have each tentacle has quite the range on each of them.
Because I know it just wasn't fully answered, and I gotta know. I'm gonna try remove curse and touch Quinn.
Ooh, remove curse.
Mm.
Interesting. Cast that spell for me.
Hell yeah.
It's not a curse, it's just a tattoo, Dad.
I don't know.
Give me a charisma saving throw. Yeah, give me a charisma saving throw. Just flat. It's a flat charisma saving throw.
Oh
That
my
is a
God.
natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Or a 30.
Oh.
Calm down.
Let's go.
What does it look
Chill.
like as you reach out, touch Quintilius, and purge him of the spell brand and destroy the tentacles?
Let's
Oh my
fucking
God.
go.
Oh my God.
What up?
So glad you're back.
Hey.
You have the
insane.
magic touch, quite literally.
Yeah, you were the one who dispelled Liliana's collar.
So I would
He's been
run kind of
typecast.
like baseball slide ish, like on both knees, and just out loud, I hope this fucking works. And as she slaps both hands around Quintilius's legs, you see him like fully encased in like gold glitter. And then it dissipates as soon as it works. And kind of like it dissipates and seeps into his skin.
And as it dissipates, there would be this almost ear-piercing, high-pitched squeal given off. All of you maybe have to cover your ears. Aelity, you fight it and you keep your hands intact, making sure your spell takes purchase. And after a split second, you would see these tentacles begin to contract. It would go back into the spell brand as this scream would end. The spell brand on Quint's chest would finally give and break. You could see the ink almost begin to dissolve up as the glitter begins to fade off of Quint's body. The magic of the spell brand dissolving as the glitter is fully removed from his form. There lying on the ground of the cave would be Quint, no longer covered in chaos magic, but lying peacefully. That will drop our initiative.
Yay!
Eldritch Blast Quint.
Is he alive? Is he breathing?
Could I pop
Stop. I don't like your
detect
question.
magic
Is he?
and scan him?
Yeah, you would throw up a quick detect magic, having the ability to do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
You would see Quint there. With detect magic up, his body is no longer sort of covered in that chaos like it was visually you saw just a minute ago. You would see Quint there. His skin would look ever so lavender hued. And under this detect magic light, his chaos aura would still be completely wrapped in chaos magic, though it would not look as active or maybe volatile as it did during your last search. He seems to have, I guess, stabilized, for a better word. You guys have closed the chaos gate.
We out here.
Just a little cautionary. Just kind of,
Just in case.
yeah.
Does he
And,
look like he could need some healing?
yeah, Brett's gonna throw him a cure wounds regardless. At least
Mhm.
one.
I'll give him 5 healing light. Let's see. I tried. Damn, those are low as 11.
Guys
There you go.
put in some healing magic on Quint, and he would look peaceful. The few wounds he may have had from the mistreatings of the Auric when he was captive would be mended and healed. He would be calm, still asleep. It's hard to describe, but Brett, you can almost feel like a weight lifted off of Quint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those occasional like breaths he would take, they would feel a bit more confident. What would our party do in the following moments after, essentially ceasing the spell brand's activity, completely destroying it?
Like everyone fall asleep.
Yeah.
We got
Brett
shit to do
would've-
tonight.
Brett would have run up and like scooped Quint back into like his lap, like pulling his head up and like cupping his cheek, like having a hand over his chest, over his heartbeat, like checking him out in the not fun way because he's
Mhm.
worried he's dead, and
Mm.
casting that magic and stuff. And then he'd be like, "Thank you, Elodie, you did it." He's Quint, wake up. It's just kind of like rubbing his forehead, like
Mhm.
trying to see if he'll wake up.
Give him the sternum rub.
He
I would just collapse on the ground as soon as I'm done. Just
Grow up.
Gail's like wiping away some of the blood off of her. Like, using prestidigitation. I think he still needs to rest.
You're probably right.
That's what Marius says to Aelity. Oh, grow up.
And then I'm gonna fish out one of those normal potion of healings that I have. Down one of those, because ouchie.
Hell yeah. 2d4 plus 2.
Well, that could have been bad.
7.
Good job, guys.
Doctor?
Doctor.
You all did fantastic. I was honestly worried if I should get involved or not. You all handled it beautifully. Aelity, that was marvelous spell work. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, lady. That was fucking clutch.
Yeah. You know, easy peasy.
Yeah, those things are so fast I couldn't even get my shield up in time.
Is everyone okay? Everyone's fine. Are we
Probably
good?
better after a proper rest.
Yeah.
So we gotta go kill some people at the bibliotech.
Oh boy.
But yeah, we should get some rest. We still have a ceremony to interrupt, and they were probably making more potions at the swamp. By the way, we found them at the swamp.
Yeah, what?
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest, I did hear you guys like saying stuff in the stone, but I was like a little mentally preoccupied. He's like still not even looking up from Quint's face as he talks to you guys. Sorry.
So do we want anyone's help from school tonight? Do we want, like,
I think it's
or
probably
is it
better
just
to get
us?
them out of it tonight. Like, I don't think that they should be around for that.
And are we planning on going full guns blazing, or what's the deal?
Last time they seemed to have a lot of lavender nights. And they definitely know we're on campus. So.
I mean, yeah, especially if, you know, some of them are missing. Heh. Looking over at Liliana and her bag.
So, I mean, from what it sounds like, they were trying to get extra hands to do it, but we're just going to have to stop it however we can.
Right.
Some more sneaky dispel magics, or
We probably need to sneak in to get the surprise drop on them, but we're also going to have to figure out how to get out.
Well, again,
So
I think that we could try at the very least to try to just disrupt the ceremony from afar. Because again, we heard, like, Marius, you and I heard them talking to Ellen saying that if she's not completely focused at what she's doing, that she could really ruin things and hurt a lot of people around, like them specifically.
That's right. Maybe we could have somebody on the inside that cues Brett when it starts, and he can use sending and try and get in her head.
Yeah, try to get her distracted that way. And if all else fails with that, then maybe, like, right after the ceremony ends, we could launch an attack. Because we would assume that's when they're at their weakest.
I mean, we tried that before, and they didn't seem any weaker.
I mean, you guys had to give them enough time to, like, It wasn't like right directly after the ceremony, right? There was a little bit of time in between.
It's a little bit, I guess, if you were quick enough.
I don't think that was enough time to get like a rest, though.
Well, all of you would recall that after the ritual, everyone that took those arcane empowerment solutions, they all seemed incredibly zapped for the first minute or so after usage. They all needed to sort of collect
just a minute or
themselves
so.
afterwards. They all sort of
That's it.
staggered around for about a minute.
That's what you guys told us, so...
I thought since we attacked him, it was implying there was no big deal. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
Maybe it's a bit more brief.
at the very least, what I wanted to do, if it's okay with you guys, was send Ziglag out to the swamps where Marius and I just were, and see if he can get into the sheds and report back to us what's in there. He can shapeshift into a spider or raven, and he can go invisible, so I think that he'll be okay. He can go in undetected. That way we at least know what's in there.
I mean, that sounds a good idea to me, because I thought, like, that you guys destroyed all that potion stuff.
We
So,
thought
like, how do they still have some?
This could have been just like a backup office area that they've had this entire time. We don't know.
Yeah, because, like, what if we just destroy that stuff before they can use it? Or do we, like, is that what do we want them to do the ritual and then, like, go after them when they're extra tired? Or, like, do we want to, like, try to stop it? Because I just, like, the final ritual, I don't know, like, maybe it'd be better to stop that?
I thought the final ritual was the unification ceremony. I thought that was like the quote-unquote final.
Right. But if we mess up with the ritual tonight, then, like, maybe they can't do tomorrow. Or, you know, we can attack them after, and then they can't do tomorrow because, like, they're dead. So, I was just trying to figure out which one.
Well, again, so I think that what I can do is I can send Ziglag out to go see what's in the swamps, but I think the original plan was just to... Like, I think we're kind of doing what we did the other night, but I guess all of us are going this time instead of breaking up into two groups. So all of us are going to the biblioplex, and we're all going to be invisible. We're going to have Brett use message to try to distract Elle while they're in the middle of doing the ceremony, like in the middle of the ritual casting.
Yeah.
See if we can
And
mess her up.
maybe me and Aelity could try and dispel magic or counterspell one of the people doing the ritual as well.
You could, or you could see if that little message or sending or whatever that's going on that Brett's able to do with Elle is able to distract her or not, and if not, we can try to use that window of opportunity that you guys said was there after
At the end.
the 1 minute window after the ritual ends. Just unleash everything that we have.
I just don't think it's a good idea to let them even get the ritual done.
Well, it's just like, I think he's saying, like, we don't really have a reliable way to interrupt the ritual. So, like, if the whole distracting Elle thing doesn't work, then, like, because that's plan A, then plan B is, like, attacking them when they're, like, super weak at the end. So, like, I don't want the ritual to happen too, but I feel like attacking them when they're extra weak is, like, our best opportunity.
I kind of agree with that.
Because, like, Kellen's got his whole, like, sneaky thing, right? So, like, if he's being extra sneaky and they're, like, extra weak, then, like, what if he could even take out, like, 2? Just, like, boom, boom. And then the rest of us are like, "Wah, shoo, 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 wah."
So do you guys not want me to even attempt a dispel at all?
Like me, I don't think so. I think like you can use your magic for something more banging.
I got a lot of spell slots.
I would just rather stop
We have
something
the opportunity.
tonight
I
without
feel
the
like we
whole
should
school.
try and stop it.
What was that, Mary's?
So I'd rather stop them when it's just us than in front of the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, they have like all their sacrifices they need.
All right, so it sounds like we'll rest up and
Head out.
prepare for tonight. Unless
Liliana
there's
probably gives the
anything
look.
else.
I mean, I think that's a very fair plan. Would you all like me and Vors to accompany you tonight? Or should we hold down here just in case for backup?
I think you should probably stay back, guys. Yeah. I mean, Gale, you can only make up to 5 people invisible, right?
1, 2, 3,
You don't.
4.
You don't need to worry about me.
I can make 4 people invisible.
Yeah, you
Oh wait,
definitely
it's
don't need to
Aelity
worry
that
about
can.
me.
Isn't it Aelity that can make 5 people invisible?
I
don't
think
have
with our, I think we
We're
have 2
only
people
up
who
to
can
5
cast
levels.
invisible, right? So I think that's how we managed to cover everyone before,
Yeah.
We were having
because we
were
split it
having
between 2 casters.
yeah, but we were having
It was
one
because
person.
it was because she can just turn into a raven. So she would cast invisibility on all of us and then raven form fly
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's only got up to level 5 spells as well.
I mean, Quint can't come with us, and I'm not leaving him here alone.
So should Liliana stay with him then?
Liliana and Boris will watch over him.
I'd be more than happy to look after him, Brett. I mean, I understand your sentiment. You don't want to leave him here, but he won't be alone anymore. At least not going forward. He'll have us.
That's how it should be. So, okay. I mean, yeah, as much as I'd like everyone there, like, since Quint's not on his feet yet, yeah, maybe you guys should stay back. Which, like, as a player, that sucks. I would love for them to be with us.
Mm-hmm.
I know, as a player, I'm like, please, can we somehow get them here?
I was so afraid to leave him with just, like, one
Oh,
person.
yeah, absolutely. I get it.
Worst case, he just dies.
Or we
Oh.
call somebody that we trust, like someone from the study group.
Well, it's not that I don't trust them, it's that, like,
I
I
don't
don't trust
them.
their ability or, like, their strength against, like, what's at hand. Like, what level are they really?
Yeah.
You know? 5? Maybe?
Yeah,
As you
that's
guys
fair.
are sort of hanging out, Aelity, the raven, sort of fly through the space and just sort of land on your shoulder, just sort of perch there.
Okay. I think it's time. So, when the Raven lands, on Aelidy's shoulder. Aelidy kind of just looks and has this almost like nod to the raven, and Aelidy's gonna walk up to Marius. Hey, can you give this to him when you see him? And you see Aelidy take off the cloak, and you see Aelidy go into her haversack and pull out a note and hand it to Marius, and hand the cloak to Marius, and a moon touch dagger.
Oh, that shit's mine now.
And then Aelidy gives you a hug. And then Aelidy walks over to Gale. Hey,
what's
thank you.
happening?
Thank you,
Head
by the way, for everything that you've done. I know me and you haven't really saw eye to eye, and thank you for that day in my room and just being there for me. And gives Gale a big hug and kisses her on the cheek.
Yeah,
and hands the haversack over to Gale with all of her items in it. And walks over to Kellen. He's going to be so excited to see you. And just big old hug to Kellen.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Aelidy? I mean,
Walks over to Brett and kind of kneels down towards Brett. I'm so sorry that this is happening, and I apologize for that day in the dining room. That wasn't very nice of me. And by the way, I've always had a crush on you, but fortunately, you're with an amazing guy. And thank you for just being my friend, not only to me, but my little brother. Thank you. And kisses him on the cheek. And as that happens, you see Aelidy look at the raven one last time. Okay. I'm ready. Do you want me to describe this part, Matt, or do you want to?
You tell me. I'm totally cool taking over, or
Yeah, I'll have you take over. Yeah, I'll have you take
Hey,
over.
now I gotta kill Finney and quit.
You all would see Aelidy look over at the raven on her shoulder, and there's almost this like knowing connection between the two. They always have had like an at-ins sort of relationship, but there's like an understanding now. And the raven would take off and would begin to fly unnaturally in an oval shape, but facing you all, flying faster and faster and faster, creating almost like a consistent oval shape. After a second, this oval shape of this raven just moving. The interior of this oval would begin to fill with a misty, dark-looking energy. It would almost pour out of what looks like a portal that's now been formed. And Aelidy, you look over at your friends for possibly the last time. Any parting words?
Gonna miss all of you.
Epstein didn't kill him.
I'm gonna miss all of you. I hope to meet all of you again someday. And then she just kind of drops her head and walks through.
For the party, it's probably a trippy sight. As Aelidy enters, a second figure is walking through the portal, simultaneously, a figure entering and a figure leaving. As Aelidy would step through the portal, the second figure would enter.
Yeah.
So all of you would see a very familiar, though different looking Phineas Stormgarden would sort of step into the cave with a little bit of a strange, curious, bewildered look as he's inspecting the interior, looks around at each of you. Benny, can you describe Phineas for us?
Yeah.
What?
Phineas isn't necessarily the Phineas that you guys remember. He's a little bit older. He is wearing all black. He has the mark of the Raven Queen on his armor. He stands 6 feet tall, 7 inches. He's 225 pounds. He is 22 years old now. Longer hair, scar down his face. Normal sword and shield like you guys remember. And looks a little worse for wear. Just looks like he's gone through it and seen things. And he has like the weird in between like facial hair he's trying to grow.
Dedicated. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Some of you may be even loosely picking up that he looks distinctly human versus how Aelity and Phineas kind of previously looked in their visage.
Not as pale, pasty skin.
Very much like a
Yeah.
normal pale pasty now.
Yeah. Still gold eyes. Yeah.
What would Finn's first reaction be? Stepping into this cave, leaving the place you were just in kind of abruptly, and now finding yourself here.
You probably look around. What just happened? What the heck? Marius? Kellen?
Finn? I thought maybe you would know what just happened.
Kind of. The
Been
Raven.
gone for a while.
Yeah, a long time. Like,
Oh, okay, you knew. You sensed it.
yeah, like almost like it felt like almost 30 years.
What?
What?
It was like less than a year.
It was like 7 months or something for us.
What?
Yeah, wait, did it just feel like
No.
that?
I was in the Shadowfell.
Oh,
Time moves differently apparently in there.
that's quaint.
What's the Shadowfell and why were you there and what's going on with you, man? You look I don't know, like
Yeah.
human.
You look rough, man. You look rough.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you took
because like before you were a raven, like Elodie was here and she was like, Finn's a raven now, and we were like,
Yeah.
okay.
but like,
And
you-
then
Yeah,
just now
the
she
Raven
said bye.
The Raven disappeared too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Just now she said bye, and the raven turned into a portal, and then she stepped through, and you came out, and you were like, "What?" And we were like, "What?"
That's what the Raven Queen meant. Oh. I think Aelidy's a champion of the Raven Queen. Because that's what I was.
what does that mean?
Hmm.
Her servant.
Oh. She's like planning her meetings and stuff.
No. Not that at all.
You sure want me to give you this? Hand over the. It was just the cloak and the dagger. Oh, and the letter.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Throws the cloak over. Pockets the letter. Pockets the knife. That's not good. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good at all.
What's not good?
So,
Um,
from what I've gathered, I've actually every once in a while I've heard conversations that Aelity would have with the Raven. Whenever I'd sleep, I'd have these like random visions of her kind of talking about what she did and what happened. And I kind of put two and two together. She technically, no, not technically, she made a deal with the Raven Queen, and we bid for basically my servitude and her freedom of me. Um, so it's more so she feels bad and now she thinks she needs to take my place.
I'm sounds fair. So can she not come back at night anymore? Is that done?
That kind of checks from where we talked last.
You knew about this? Hell?
I mean, like, she, like, kind of told me, but also I didn't fully understand. I mean, she said she made some kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. How are you guys doing? This is all still very weird. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but looking
kind of,
again,
kind of
looking at Quinn.
realizing, like, yeah, kind of realize, like, what happened?
Finn, give me a either an intelligence or a wisdom saving throw. Your call.
Okay.
Your call. I'll give you advantage as well, just because of the nature of this.
Intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence or wisdom, your call. Saving throw.
Oh, I didn't do it. Hold on. I got it. I got you. 1 second.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's the wrong sheet.
Uh-huh.
Get the right
Oopsie.
sheet open.
So this should be okay.
I can't believe we just have to like roll past Elodie's confession. Like that didn't completely take me by surprise.
Oh, it's still Aelity. That's weird. It says Phineas.
Oh, it's just your name on Discord or in the game. But if you got the right sheet, then you're good. We'll take your natural 20.
If we have to.
Yeah.
That's
If we
amazing. Finn, you've only been here for, like a minute, 2 minutes, at best a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Do you I don't know, the sensation of your armor feels different. You have a feeling, like a feeling that you haven't had in a long time, because being in the Shadowfell, it sort of mutes feeling in general.
Yeah.
And even just being back in the material plane for even just a couple of minutes, you kind of begin to have like a little bit of like, not like sensation overload, but just this realization of like, oh, I missed these people. I feel happy to see them, and I missed them. Because these were like almost foreign thoughts at time in your
Right.
previous existence.
Right.
It's like relearning how to walk emotionally, almost.
I'll be honest. I think the first thing he would like do after collecting everything and being like, "Oh, I miss these people," I think he'd walk up to Kellen, because Kellen and him were like buddies, and he just wrap his arms around him.
Yeah, Kellen would like give you a really, 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 really long embrace and stuff, and be like, and he'd probably like crack a joke and be like, "I think you took Brett's advice on bulking season a little too seriously, bud."
Right? No, you're right. I was gonna say I am just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, last
A
time
little.
you guys saw him, he was 5'9".
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, weren't you always just a little like lanky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I weighed 155 pounds at 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good to have you back,
Yeah.
though, man. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
I'll be
weird
honest.
timing,
Fuck.
but
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all. I'll be honest. I was expecting to do the Raven Queen's bidding for the rest of my life.
Oh.
So, like, what does the Raven Queen need you to do, man? Like, what?
You know, just the casual go kill things and yeah,
Oh, cool. So,
that's
secret
about it.
assassin stuff. Like,
People that evade death, we have to go kill them.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
so
like
like X just Nar?
Yeah, I gotta say, you're not really leaving your work behind you now that you're here.
Yeah, you wanna continue doing some of that? We got someone who needs to die.
We're in the middle of a situation. Yeah, you
Phineas
were
would
around
have
for
no.
that.
Was I?
Well, it was 30 years ago for you, but I'm pretty certain you were around when we first learned about XSR.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
we
you're
should.
right.
Maybe we should give him a little like refresher course, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we should, but we also like need to rest
sleep.
up soon if we're gonna handle this business tonight.
I mean,
At least
talking
Marius
and
can do it.
yeah, talking like this can be part of our rest.
Yeah, as long as you're kind of like inactive, just chilling, you're basically
Oh, okay, cool.
resting.
Then
So,
yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Really quick, Matt. I would summon Ziglag, and I would give him just the orders to head down to that area in the swamp that we were at, and see if he can get a look inside of the shacks.
Phineas, you would see Kellen basically like maybe give a whistle or like a call out before you would see this like red-skinned imp begin to like fly over to Kellen and like land on him almost like a bug and like look up at him. Kellen giving the message, and you would see Ziglag just give like a confirming nod. Yes, Lord Master Kellen, your bidding will be done.
Yeah, thanks, Ziglag. And just again, however you can stay out of sight, and just come back here in, I don't know, for like 4 hours.
Yes, Lord Master Kellen, you will bathe in their blood.
He's a funny guy.
He jokes a lot.
Yeah, he jokes.
We
Who's
have
that
fun
little
here.
guy? He's
Yeah, we
awesome.
have fun here.
Oh,
I was
that's
gonna-
Ziglag. Marius almost got a Ziglag too, except I guess the whole Celestial thing doesn't allow stuff like that.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Also, have
That's
you
so
met Voris?
crazy.
Do you remember Voris from the Ring?
I don't think
I
so.
don't believe I've met this Phineas, but I have heard many stories of Phineas. It is very nice to meet you, young man.
Yeah,
I
you
am
as well.
Vorswold, old soul, you could say.
Yeah, we found
Steve
him
Grohl.
in a ring, and he's like 1,000 years old or something.
Ah,
And then we
Hey,
found a
man.
body for him. Look at this.
that's
An old
awesome.
dude hanging out with a bunch of college kids. It's a little weird.
He's an old soul. And a young body, am I right, kids?
Mm,
I don't feel good.
Get out.
Walk over, shake his hand. Seemed pretty cool.
He's
Dab
this
him up.
Warforged creation, kind of like gold-ish, like copper-looking build, very
Yeah.
intricate design where its digits are very mobile and flexible as it like reaches out for a handshake. It feels like you're shaking a metal human hand.
Ew.
It's wild.
Disgusting.
Your friends here helped procure this new form for me, and, well, they told me of the terrible doings of this Auric group, and I figured I couldn't leave without helping Kellen here see it through to the end. The least I could do. I mean, I was in a ring, for God's sake.
Yeah, we honestly never thought we'd even find him a body, but coincidence. We found someone who makes Warforged, and I guess wanted to actually put like a soul in there, but was like, "How do I procure a soul?" And we were like, "What a coinky dink! We have one in this ring."
Obviously, we'd find him a body.
Nice. See, how have you guys been? I could just start going around giving everybody hugs.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up to Marius. Hey, man, it's been a long time. I know the last time you didn't really trust me, but you know.
What? Excuse me? Where is this coming from?
But
I
I'm a
did
new-
trust you. That was the problem.
Yeah.
You told me you were
See, man?
fine, and I said okay.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't fine back then.
Fucking step to me.
But I've
I
missed
don't
you.
know. I miss you too, buddy. To give you a hug. And this is Stabby, my little celestial friend.
Oh yeah, he's got another thing.
And this is Rujan of the magic carpet. Whatever you do, don't trust Kellen's weird little demon thing.
You show him Granite?
It's just the celestial and me talking. Oh yeah, and then
That's fair. That's
the other
fair.
one. The granite would probably like sink off my neck. Like, and this is Granite, my immovable cat.
Mm-hmm.
An immovable cat.
Yeah, it's really fun. Watch this. I'll have it hideous.
What's the command word? What's your command word for it?
Tackle.
Tackle. What's the saving throw?
Finding it. Let's see. A DC 15 strength.
Strength saving throw, Phineas, as you'd see this, stone cat sort of slink down from Marius's shoulder onto the stone ground, and then sort of pounce your direction.
So just strength saving.
Strength saving throw.
Oof.
Bloop.
11. What does this look like, Marius, as Granite pounces on Phineas?
Probably pounces as soon as he hits in the ground. It goes into that like cat loaf pose, and then just sits super heavy, and it's just like a low
Okay.
purr. So you're just kind of like stuck.
Stuck.
Like pinned underneath the sleeping stone
Just
cat
like
on your chest.
Oh, this is crazy.
It's pretty
What?
cool. It's
That's
wild.
awesome.
Granite's come in handy.
That's awesome. He's like petting the stone cat. Oh, this is awesome. Where'd you get this?
Ravnica? Yeah. No,
Ah.
I didn't. I had that
Port
before.
Stars?
Port Stars? Yeah, that's right.
From Jasmine.
From Jasmine. A gift from one Robin Veldenmeyer.
That's awesome.
Oh shit, you should show the cat back to Professor Feldenmeyer.
No, it's mine.
This-
He'll never see it. And then call Granite back. I'm slinking my shoulders again. Anyway, if this wasn't like such a pressing time, I would love to hear more about your Shadowfell time. We
Yeah,
thought maybe you
well-
were the Raven. We tried to figure that out.
I was gonna say like I said, when I fell asleep, I got glimpses of Aelity, and I actually there was a point where there's this woman, the songbird of the Raven Queen. She showed me who she was. I don't necessarily know her name, but she was talking about you guys because she would
I feel like
pray
we've heard
to.
that name before.
I don't know if Brett knows that that's her nickname.
I'm pretty sure she told us that.
She probably would have. She was not very secretive about it.
Yeah. Didn't she?
Uh,
You talking about
what was
Fern?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
was that one girl? That one weird singing lady's name?
I don't.
Oh yeah.
The one with
I
the
don't-
dragons.
Yeah,
I
those
don't
people.
Yeah.
The weird mushroom man.
Yeah, she was praying to the Raven Queen, and she was talking about you guys, so I kind of knew that you guys were safe and still alive.
Crazy.
No way.
So,
Maybe because of Fern?
yeah, whatever her name is, I just know her as the songbird of the Raven Queen.
Glad I called back.
Puts on lipstick. But yeah, no. So the Oryx's still a thing, huh?
Kind of like the biggest thing and the biggest problem.
Yeah, we're
I
working
think,
on
like,
it.
because you look over and you see Brett, like, kneeling on the ground with Quent in his lap, looking at not how you've last seen Quent, that's for sure.
Right.
It's actually something we have to deal with in, like, 7 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing this today? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like weird timing.
Yeah.
Or what a
We don't have
coincidence.
much of a choice.
Hope you're ready.
I think I'll be okay.
Can't be worse than Shadowfell. Unless that place is nice. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you all about it when we're done.
Okay. Do we need, like, extra... Do we need to change up the plan? I mean, we planned some stuff with Lodi, but now we got change up
Oh,
on the team.
can you cast the same spells? What are you fitting?
Yeah, what you working with now?
Not
Are you
necessarily.
an Echo Knight still?
Um,
You still a fighter? I don't know. Is that D&D thing? Does anybody know that shit?
funny, no, still use my sword and shield, and I have. It's a little different. I do have magic though. My magic comes from my runes that I have. And you see him kind of roll up his sleeve, and you see like this massive scar on his arm that is carved into a rune.
Okay, God. Ugh. Nice.
So,
Where'd you get that from?
from actually one of my compatriots, one of my a Goliath actually that taught me everything that I know. I actually had a group, just like we did when we were a group.
Yeah.
I'm glad you weren't alone.
Yeah.
Like they weren't like as cool as us, right? Like
Actually,
Killen's insecurity
Um,
cracks me up so much.
No, definitely not as cool as you.
Thank God. I tell you that they tried to replace me with this weird big like old guy at one point.
We didn't try to replace him. He left.
Tried to replace me.
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
right after you turned into a raven. Or didn't. I don't know.
I definitely had visions of that raven, but I definitely did not turn into a raven.
Huh.
I was present while I was sleeping, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, man. Everything we're about to share with you is about to make as much sense as that.
Yeah. So buckle in.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Info dump montage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Explaining all the Oryx activities.
I'll be honest. He's probably stonewalled. He's probably. Yeah.
There's so much. Yeah, they're like, okay, so we fled campus, right? That's when you were gone, right? Okay, so it's just this like long explanation. As we would sort of pan back, watching Phineas get sort of filled in on the info dump. Our group sort of beginning the early stages of their long rest. I think that's where we'll end our session for today.
Oh man,
Ah.
I knew it.
Should we do the long rest stuff, or should I at least do like short rest hit dice?
Let's go ahead and do long rest
Level
stuff,
up.
and
Oh,
let's
I
do
missed
level
it.
up stuff.
Yes.
Level 11.
This is our
Oh,
final
God.
level up. Oh my god.
I already did it.
Final
Thanks, Matt.
Got you, boo.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm a rune knight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
don't
kind
know
of
what
what I
that
was
is.
thinking, something like that, with
Mhm.
you showing off the runes.
Oh my god, Elodie's goodbye.
Yeah. I was like, oh no.
Also, yeah, like, do you want me to keep your bag?
Yeah.
That's up to you. That's up to you.
Why the
Oh,
fuck didn't I
God.
get anything?
You were supposed to get the moon touch dagger. That's what she was.
You said give this all to him, so.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, that's
If Finn has the dagger now.
I
You should
misspoke
walk
on
up
my
to
own
Finn.
thing a bit.
Uh,
It
uh-huh.
happens.
Hey man, do you think this is what she meant?
Yeah, I think she meant to give that to me, man. You should.
Oh shit! I get a level 6 spell.
She
Oh
obviously wasn't
shit!
very fond of you.
This is
Oh,
big
shit.
boy level up time. Level 11 is when shit gets crazy.
But I need level 12 so then I can increase my charisma.
Oh, maybe next campaign we'll get to 12.
No!
Oh, that was so funny. Because you were saying that just as in my head I was going, oh man, all I get this level up is a new spell. Like a single new spell, that's all I get. And then you were like, oh, maybe next time we'll get to level 12. But it's true, I do think that's all I get. Let's see.
Yeah, what are the bits?
And again, you guys can take dips into other classes if you so choose.
That's so funny because I almost made a joke about taking like a 1 level in fucking rogue or something.
I mean,
No,
Brett, you should go do
I've
cleric
committed
or
to
something
doing
like
full
that.
sorcerer.
Ooh.
Because like a 1 level dip in cleric, you get a lot of bits if you do a 1 level dip in cleric.
I'm
You
tempted.
pick your subclass at level 1. That's why you get like some extra little customization.
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Alrighty, boo. Or warlock wouldn't be bad for Brett either, because you get some short rest level 1 spell slots and like some other random bits. I think they get, or no, I think it's level 2. They get goods. They get invocations. Yeah, never mind. Invocations are when it gets fun for warlocks.
Yeah, invocations are all the flavor.
It's so many fun bits.
I mean, that's why Fawn's crazy.
All right, Maverick. So you have the handy haversack. I'll show you the handout for the handy haversack. You can do with it as you see fit. handy haversack. And then I guess I'll just send you. I'll just start. I guess I'll just make a list. There's no easy way to copy what's in his bag and just send it to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just give you access to the character sheet. Fuck it. Here, I took the character sheet. And you can pick and choose what you take, what you throw away. You're like useless, garbage. Cool stuff.
Okay.
Alright,
Brett does not have the wisdom required to be a cleric.
Oh, he doesn't have a 13?
No, he has a 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our boy.
He's all heart, okay?
What's the other good level 1 dip? Oh, Sorcerer. Sorcerer wouldn't be bad for Brett to look at. That's the other cool level 1 dip where you get a subclass at level 1.
I just don't
it's
even know what else I would do.
I mean, I get it though. Some of you guys that are like solo, like mono class already, some of you get some cool shit. Like Phineas at level 11, being a pure fighter, he gets extra attack times 2. So he gets 3 attacks every turn.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
I mean, a level
have
6
to
spell
do
is nothing
this.
to like turn your nose up at. I'm just
Oh, yeah. But it's nice to weigh your options. It's nice to weigh
I
your
Yeah.
options.
I can't do anything but this spell.
What
I
is
have to.
Is it wind? Windy
No.
spell?
It's just.
Chain lightning.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's kind of good if you get like a grouping of people. Like you guys are assuming that you may have. Oh, that's another thing. You're a spellcaster. It's another opportunity. Change up your spell list if you so choose. You guys.
Yep.
Can't you
yeah.
only change one leveled spell and one cantrip? Is that how that works?
Normally, but I think there's been like 1 or 2 times I've just given you guys a pass of like change any spell you want, including cantrips, sort of thing.
Yeah, I try to limit it to just one unless you say otherwise.
Yeah, which I'm pretty loose with it. Like you guys,
Or
can
I'll
change
ask
your
you and be
spells
like,
all the
pretty,
time.
please, since I've been doing this RP stuff.
So feel free to switch out spells and stuff if you so choose. You guys know the loose fight you're gonna go sign up for. You've literally seen this ritual take place. You know the environment.
I was not expecting a level up, so this is fun.
Dude, that was fun. Thank you guys.
Yeah. It was so great to have you here.
It was so good. It was so good. So many good moments for Aelity. A fun intro for Phineas.
Yeah, that was sick.
He's literally like coming in at like, what is it? What's the expression? The 12th hour.
The 11th hour.
11th hour. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's the party name. You guys are the 11th hour.
I actually really love that because that's so what we do.
Fucking better than Bell's Hells.
What is that?
That's,
Critical Role.
Yeah, Critical Role.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember using that.
I'm sorry, I fucking hate that name, dude. I just do not like it. I am not a fan.
I mean, I don't get it. At least if you're gonna use those words, shouldn't you use Hell's Bells?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like,
too.
why are you doing bells first?
It's supposed to be for a character that basically pulled the party together and like introduced them and then went on to, die unalive themselves.
Uh-huh.
And so they're like, oh, well, like, let's name because it was literally like that character died in a fight or some shit. And then a couple sessions later, it was kind of like that moment of like an NPC asking them like, oh, what's your party name? And then they were like, shit, what do we do? And they bounced around for a minute, and then they landed on Bell's Hells, because his name was Bertrand Bell.
Yeah.
And so Bell's Hells.
Isn't it Bell's Hellions? Wasn't it like that? Isn't that the abbreviation?
I could see that, yeah.
Okay, I mean, at least in that case, it makes like grammatical sense. I still don't like it, but like,
Oh, that's
See, that's
fair.
what I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't know what Vox Machina was, and like for a long time, but I was like, oh,
Oh,
that
yeah, what
sounds
is it?
cool. No, now you're gonna make me look it up because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't remember what
not
that
while
one
Craig's
is.
listening. Have your
I think
mistake
it's
immortalized
I,
forever.
I think it's Latin for. Let me see. Yep, I was right. So it's Latin for voice machine
Oh, okay.
because they're all voice actors.
Oh, I was like, are they all bards? Because I didn't think they were all bards. Like,
That'd be badass name for all bars. Vox Machina.
right?
That would be cool. But yeah, you guys don't have a party name. We've never had an official name besides Team Snarl, which is fair. But
I
I
Which
just
mean,
felt
isn't
like
an
more like your
amazing
Mage
name
team.
on its own, but for
I
the
take that
campaign,
back.
it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, objectively, having team in your name is just like not super cool. Like in my opinion, like name something cool that has team.
Makes me think of like
Here for
esports
others.
teams. Whenever I hear someone with like
Yeah.
team in the front, it's like Team Solo Mid. Or there's what's the other one? The Team Liquid. There's a bunch of them out there. Team
Or like
Dignitas.
a dance crew.
We're a breakdance crew.
Yeah, exactly. Like street dance. Which is like for like in that world that's cool.
Mhm.
But like in a fantasy setting, I don't know. I still like it. I really love Team Snarl. But I'm just saying objectively, like when I'm talking to people at work and I'm like, oh yeah, we formed a team. And then they're like, oh, what's the team's name? And I'm like, it's Team Snarl. It's a lot cooler in universe, okay? There's context. Because Team Snarl, like, objectively, you could. It sounds basically like if you said, "Oh yeah, we're named Team Growl."
Yeah.
Like, it
Team
sounds
Snarl.
so
Team
silly.
Snarl sounds like the next bad guys in the next Pokemon game.
Yeah. Thank
We
you.
use
sound-
dog Pokemon.
It sounds like an
exclusively.
alternative name for Team Yell. Like that
It
was one of the names that they
Oh.
like threw around the room.
It
Because
reminds
there
me
is a
of,
Team Yell.
It reminds me of the Harry Potter musicals when like Slytherin enters a room and they go Slytherin. Yeah. But for us, it's cool, and on campus, everyone knows it's cool. So we know,
Everyone on campus thinks it's cool too.
and they all clapped. Man, I'm gonna need some time to think through this level up.
There are
Level
some
up.
cool there
Level
are
up.
some other cool levels, but I just like I've already committed to like making this character very thematic with her spell choices. So
I get that. That's how UC is. I mean, she could technically use anything from the Druid list, but there's stuff I just have her never use.
yeah. I saw chain lightning and I was like, yes, please.
Gib
Gib.
to me.
Gib
Gib.
now. Uppies.
Yeah, basically.
I did that in one of my AI rooms, like games. I found a giant. And I was like,
So-
okay, I want to get picked up now. Uppies.
Uppies now.
Heck yeah, dude, that went according to plan, Matt. Up top.
I didn't know
That's
if
sick.
you were gonna do it. Like I that's why I had the Raven come fly over to you. So it was kind of like where it's like, because I figured you would get what I was doing, where it's like, hey, if you want it, now's the perfect time to do it.
I know you did that. I was like, yeah, I'll do it now because I was gonna wait. I was thinking about waiting,
I mean, I was leaving it up to you. I was leaving it up to you.
but no, it was a good time.
It was so cinematic. Like I felt like I saw every moment of that. Wish I could fucking draw. God
That
damn
was-
it.
James. I'm with
That
you.
was the goal. That was the goal.
Since when? Since when did she have a crush? Huh?
You knew.
For a
How
while.
long has this been canon?
For
A
yeah,
while.
for a long time.
I
Since the
remember.
Does everyone else know?
I only knew
Is it
because
Ferd?
when Benny wanted to bring Aelity in, I had a whole bunch of just like questions I usually have,
Ah,
but I had different questions because obviously Aelity knew all of you already. So I got to be like,
mhm.
how does Aelity feel about this person, this person, this person? And mixed feelings about almost everyone, just for the record.
Hilarious.
Facts.
But yeah, no, I remember Brett was like low key crush on Brett. Would never act on it, but she thinks about it sometimes though.
That's hilarious.
Because after you got with Quintilia, she was like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Oh,
Moving on.
Um,
And you decided to take out that anguish on poor Phineas.
Facts.
If I can't have Brett, I'm gonna banish my brother.
Hell yeah. Facts.
Yeah, man, dude, that what a good session. That was crazy. I got so concerned, especially once that tentacle dragged Brett back. I was like, oh no.
The remove curse for the nat 20.
Yeah,
check was
dude.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
crazy.
It's like,
Fucking
damn.
clutch.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
We all use spells. We're gonna die in here.
And tying that moment with her being like, okay, goodbye, everyone.
Yeah.
Crazy.
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 Right, right.
It felt so great. It's like she had a final send off.
Yeah, it was like,
okay, I saved Quint. I know they're gonna be
Mhm.
taken care of. Now I'm gonna
mhm.
I gotta go get my brother back here now.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, her whole thought process too. So I think what really, so me and Matt had a impromptu, like mini session,
hmm
and she read the letter that she got from her father.
They had no idea about that.
I know. Oh, I know.
That's all news to them.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know.
tell them anything.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all we
she-
taught you to make her.
she read the news to her father, from her father, and the first line of it was, "I hope you guys are okay." And she just started sobbing and crying because of what she did. And
Mhm.
then the more and more she thought about it, and the more and more she kind of just sat there and was like, "No, I think the world deserves my brother, and I took that away from them. The least I can do is switch spots."
And for like context, like Benny, like when you guys got to Port Starsail, and I did little like one-on-ones with each of you, like, hey, what would your first like month and a half look like as you're living in this like little town city spot?
Mm.
For Aelity, she wrote a letter to Papa,
mhm.
and like when Benny would have Aelity like leave randomly and go down to the docks and go to that tavern and check for
Mhm.
mail, and there was never mail. Besides from Garther, which was later on. But literally it was like the next session after Benny decided he was gonna take a break for a minute was when Aelity got a letter back from her dad. And so
Oh,
since
shoot.
Benny wasn't there, I was like, okay, well, she'll just hold on to the letter. And then, 6-ish months go by, and then she decides to read the letter.
Wow.
So
It
it's
reminds me of
crazy.
Star-Lord not listening to that tape from his mom.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Right.
fair.
Yeah,
Super fair.
for sure. That's fair.
Kind of random. What does half cover do again? It like increases your AC.
Yeah, half cover gives you, I think, +2 to your AC. And,
Okay.
like, disadvantage on the attack. Let me see. Because there's half cover and there's 3/4 cover. They do different
I feel like
things.
3/4 is the one that gives disadvantage, but I could be wrong.
Target with half cover. So yeah, you have a +2 to your AC and dexterity saving throws. A target with half cover.
Oh,
if an
and
obstacle is
dex saving throws.
Okay, yeah. And then 3/4 +5 bonus to AC and dex saving throws. Yeah, so none of them give disadvantage through attacks. I was wrong.
Okay.
But yeah. That's pretty sweet.
I want to keep chatting, but I really should go check on the situation.
Yeah.
For sure,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, you got a lot going
But it
on.
was so good to have you back, Benny.
Heck
And
yeah.
what an amazing session.
Right, right.
So good.
That's crazy. Oh shoot, what was I about to say? It's gonna be good, whatever it was.
Okay.
Oh well.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys later. If I don't remember.
Bye.
Later,
Bye.
Steve.
Okay,
Have a good
bye.
night, player.